Chicks on your APs, looking like weeds. Haven't seen.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of the 1 a.m. podcast. I'm Rashad Milligan, joined here today by my co-host RB Mo, and coming back after a week off, we got Jelani in the building. Fellas, how y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. You know, blessed and highly favored, man. How y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Unfortunately, for the visual viewers, this episode right here, you're not gonna see my beautiful face due to technical issues. But going forward, I will be back looking as pretty as ever for your eyes. But for the audio listeners, you sit back and relax, enjoy the show. I was going to tell you guys that we were having like a conversation before the cameras cut on. We talk about this later in the episode, but just like I wanted to know some of y'all favorite like Caucasian classics, like your favorite songs from white people that like that you jam to as a either growing up as like a black youth or even that you discovered as an adult. Like, but we ain't got to talk about that right now.
Oh, we could get a little bit into it. I know. All right, Sins Not Tragedies.
That's by My Chemical Romance.
That's obviously a classic. I found out that haven't you people ever heard of? That's one of them ones for sure.
MTV special.
And then I have to go a little newer, but I don't know if this even counts as a white song, quote unquote. But Paramore, Ain't It Fun? Like pretty basic choice there, but it has so many gospel elements to it that Haley Williams was talking about probably it came up on the timeline a couple weeks ago. Haley Williams talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, obviously we got that from black people and soul and stuff." So, yeah, I think it is a gospel song. So I don't know if that counts, but Paramore, Ain't It Fun?
Okay. I guess I've never seen that as listened to that as a gospel song. I guess I gotta go back and listen to it. I like this song a lot, but it doesn't really like, because when I think gospel, I think you talking about God in some aspect, and she doesn't.
No, I'm saying like the style of it.
Okay,
like the soul.
I feel like it should be, instead of the word gospel, I feel like a soul, like I don't know, something like soul, something of that nature. But yeah, gospel kind of said, like when I think gospel, like I think you're giving glory to God in some way, So
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. But I do love that song though. I definitely gotta say Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Yeah, I love that song. When I used to be at Southern, bro, there was this one bar we used to go to that would play that song. And then that would kind of like low key, like one of the peak moments of the night. And it, so when the beat dropped for the song, cause you'd be sitting there like, it was a crowded room, and like everybody singing with each other. And then when the beat dropped, they used to have the smoke come down from the ceiling, and it'll be like blowing, bro. And so it'll be like smoky, so you can't really see. And then you just jump and you're like, don't stop believing, bro. It was peak moment, bro. But yeah, I love that. And then
not to cut you, I remember they played that at our for some reason that song, like how I don't know what this is, but like sometimes like an old song will like it'll like kind of like it happens with TikTok now, where like an older song will go viral with like a newer generation, like how like Young LA Ain't I just went viral with the kids like recently. So for some reason when we was in 8th grade, even though TikTok wasn't a thing, like at our middle school, Don't Stop Believing became like a random song that like kids at our school knew. So they played that song at our 8th grade dance. And the only song I remember from that time getting played at the dance was that song. And do you remember that song? Do the Ricky Bobby Stop, Pose for the Frame.
Yeah,
those are like the two songs from our. So whenever I hear that song, that's what I think about. It's my 8th grade dance. But yeah, you could. I didn't mean to interrupt your list, bro. My bad.
No, you good. Yeah, I can't. I mean, there are plenty of other songs that I really.
Yeah, you ain't got to name every single one, but I just thought of a few.
A song that I remember from my 8th grade dance was, I believe it was no, is hold on. I was the song literally came up on my my shuffle like yesterday, and it was because Hold on. I gotta get the name of the song. Shout out to the Dream. It was the Dream rocking that thing, bro.
Oh, classic.
That's the one
Yeah.
I remember from my 8th grade dance because that was the first time I got a dance from a girl, and her name was Princess. Shout out to Princess if you watching this or anything like that. I hope you're doing well in life and stuff like that. And then it was like I thought I was on a high then. I thought I was a man then. No, bro, that was just a start. The after party, I probably still had my best dance. I'll talk about it to this day. I was 13 years old. I'm 30 now. And Mo know who it was. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of them ones, Jelani, in school for sure. I'm pretty sure I told you this story too, but I don't know if you remember. I know Mo remembers because I just told him so many times.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he told me this one. But I can relate. I feel like we all know, like, we got that one dance we call it that like lives in our brain.
Oh, okay. Her last name rhymes with Belfort or Loudford.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gonna have to.
You put it in the chat, bro.
I'm gonna put it in
I was
the
just
chat.
gonna
I'm
say
gonna
that,
put it in the chat.
Yeah, I don't.
It was one of them ones, bro. Like it was, boy.
That's the name that when you said that's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, that was what, man. What peak back then?
Yeah, no, I definitely. That's a whole other conversation about like your most memorable troop that you received.
Bruh, I ain't gonna hold you. My most memorable one, bruh, was so I got the one that I feel is the best one I ever had, bruh, because I was at Southern. It was Halloween, bruh, and I was in line waiting to go into the same like bar I was telling you about, and it was the girl, this light-skinned girl, and she like thick, beautiful girl and everything. And so she had a cop uniform on. Somehow we started talking. So then we just kind of ended up vibing, and then pretty much she just stayed with me the whole night, bro. And like that bar, it wasn't like a bunch of like black people went there. So, and then like it'll be like, people in there dancing and stuff, but like really like throwing it was very few. Man, she like stuck to me like glue, bro, and was like it just kept throwing it all throughout the night. But at one point, bro, she threw it, and it was so crazy because she'll really attractive, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, and it really threw me off. I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, all right, I'm just in the vibes right now. And bro, she was throwing it. It was a whole circle of people just sitting there watching us, and I'm just sitting there like thinking like, bro, I am that dude right now. Like, I ain't gonna even lie.
Do you remember? Do you remember the song of your first dance?
No, I do not.
It was okay. So, also, I wanted to say this. Oh, Jelani left. I wanted to tell him the other part of it. That YouTube event looked dope. Appreciate that, my brother. 5 Words Deacon in the building. My boy David Shealy, man. New father David Shealy, by the way. But yeah,
hey,
man.
Congrats.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, that junk is just oh, shouts out to YouTube too. By the way, yes, sir. Hey, YouTube creator, what they talking about? Shouts, to go back home for like 48 hours and to stop by and then swoop in and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely remember the song. I remember the suit I was in, everything like that. But I remember all the details. I remember we went to Applebee's beforehand, and I think I was there dolo, and we had the 2 for $20s, and so like I got a 2 for $20, and they were like, it's for 2 people, but my mom gave me $50, so I was like, I have the money for it, just give me 2 meals. And then Pendergrass, he finished it off for me. He was like, bro, can I have some? And he finished off my meal, but I don't know, man. I felt like accepted that day because I was kind of like with the Poplar kids a little bit for Applebee's beforehand. And then afterwards, I went with the Poplar kids to after party. Like I've never been to an after party. I don't think I've ever been to like a house party with like the lights off and playing, music on the aux. Like all the house parties I've been to, the lights were on the mother was right there in the living room with us, and it was like pizza and soda. You know, that was like a more of an adult high school type of kickback thing. So I don't know. I remember that whole night.
Bro, one of the craziest moments when I caught a twerk, bro, I was at some random spot in Atlanta. It was like some club or whatever. And I'm sitting there, like I was right by the bathroom. There's a girl that like I saw the girl, and somehow like her and her friends kind of end up like right next to me and my friends. And then they end up just like clicking with us where I don't know, it just became a perfect like 4-on-4. And like so the girl that I had, like as soon as I walked in, I had set eyes on her. We made eye contact from across the room. And she ended up coming over, end up like linking and stuff. So then we was over by the bathroom. They had went to the bathroom. They come out, and then like I'm just sitting there chilling. And then like I didn't even think she saw me. She came out and was like standing there. The next thing you know, she started dancing on me. But so I'm like, okay, it's lit. Bruh, tell me why the DJ, bro. This is a club, bro. Like, this ain't just no house party. Like, this is a club, bro. The DJ go, why y'all over there dancing by the bathroom? Like, bro, it was just, and then so the girl just got up immediately and was just like, and then like mad embarrassed. So then she walked away. And I was just like, bro. The next thing you know, I saw her in the section with some dudes. And I was just like, hey, it'd be like that.
Zero was handing. New York is in the building.
But
Yeah, I was having some technical issues. Are we live? Like Ray J said?
Yeah, we are live. We are live.
All right, my bad, bro.
I wanted to say this too, Jelani, when you were going, like, all right, so that following Monday, we were all on the bus because she rode my bus. And then she was like, oh, yeah, I don't even remember what happened. I just remember I danced on every boy in that room. And then, you know, I told my boy or whatever, of course, all weekend, geeked up. I'm telling him the story over and over. He ain't believe me. So then he goes, oh, you danced on my boy Rashad? And I was like, oh, my gosh. And she's like, I did. And then he was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, I don't even remember that. I just remember I danced on everybody in that room. I said, hey, a win's a win, brother. A win's a win.
Oh yeah, at that point, no, you good. No, I literally, I mean, I had like I caught one like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, just on a random, like just in the club. Like I had to go to Detroit for my brother had like an art event out there, and his girlfriend had brought one of her friends, and she was just like, it was like some like techno club out there that they went to, and we ended up just, you know what I mean, just catching like a little vibe or whatever. It was like, oh, this is very nostalgic right here. I haven't done this in a long time. But yeah, no, shout out to the we've talked about that several times. The death of the public juke, you know. It's not as prevalent as it used to be.
No, it's like you said, it's crazy that happened to you, like you said, randomly in Detroit, like a few months ago, because you know, like you said, and like, you know, kind of the stories that Mo was telling, a lot of this stuff happened like at least a year ago, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just what it is, man. And Mo, man, I want to ask you, you know, like it's been a year for you for sure, you know. Jelani has experiences and everything like that, but I want to ask you, you know, you coming up on a whole year of like just like huge life changes, everything like that, you know, just how has the past year been for you maturing, like, you know, as an adult, as a man, everything, like what have you really learned from these past 12 months? And did you see yourself being where you are today 12 months ago?
Definitely not. I feel like, you know, a lot of definitely have matured a lot, and in the sense of, I think it was a lot of changes that I needed to make in the sense of me being more focused, taking a step back from, I think, you know, one big thing that I was, to be honest, like that took a lot of my focus unnecessarily was women, you know, and I think, you know, I'm at a place in my life where I'm like, that's on the back burner right now. And it's interesting. I talk with people about that, like saying that I'm just taking a break from women and stuff, and it's just people don't really want to hear that. They always be like, I mean, you can find somebody. It's like, well, I'm working on myself right now. Well, I mean, you can still find somebody, that like, this, that, and the other, and it'd be like, nah, like. I think let me just work on myself independently right now instead of trying to put that time and effort into somebody else. Because I think, just to be honest, a lot of people they're not really comfortable being alone, and I think, I was in a long-term relationship for a good minute. So I think that was something that for myself, I wasn't really as comfortable being alone. I was used to being with somebody like us, like being in a relationship for 5+ years and living together for like 4 of them, so you do kind of get used to it. But at the same time, I think I'm at a place where now I'm like, man, it's like women gonna come and go. I think I've really just realized, and I was already kind of realizing that last year, but then I think, over the last year, it really just locked in, like all this stuff gonna come and go. It don't really matter. It's just all, like, you might as well get yourself to where you want to be. But yeah, man. Yeah, I just feel, definitely more locked in with God. That's another big thing that I would definitely say over the last year has solidified more my relationship with God, and, like reading the Bible more, and I listen to more sermons, and, it's interesting, like, now, like, I listen to sermons like a lot of people listen to podcasts. If I can find like a good pastor that preaches, I'll like just sit there and listen to it. And it gives me a very good understanding of a lot of different scenarios in the Bible to be able to talk with people about. And, I do the Bible studies with Ephraim, every week, where it'd be like me, him, and like some of his friends and whatnot. And it'd be interesting where I feel like certain points where they like we'll be talking about something, and then like a lot of times I kind of let them like lead, and then like if I feel like they're not understanding something, or like it get kind of quiet, and I'll come in and say something, and I'm realizing, I think because of, as I said, me constantly listening to sermons where you have somebody teaching you different stuff throughout the Bible, it gives you a better understanding of things. So it's like being able just to have those conversations. So yeah, man, so I definitely have been feeling more fulfilled and more at peace, definitely. I think I was at a place where I wasn't really at peace. I was just kind of always on the move. So yeah.
Nah, that's real, bro. And like I said, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, I want to say that publicly, everything like that. I'm proud of you and your journey, and it inspired me in a lot of ways and stuff like that. Like, I shared on the channel probably about a week ago or so. Like, I've been sober, everything like that, for like 200 plus days. Like 200, where are we at now? 225 days. So, what I'm saying? Like me along my journey, with the struggles that I've had, what I'm saying? Like you say, woman, lust, and all of these things that I've had since I was 15. I'm 30. That's half of my life.
Facts.
That's crazy, bro. But like, that's just the reality of the situation. And so I'm just, grateful and everything like that. But like you said, I've been locked in, bro. And like you say, you have to fill in that time with something else. You can't just leave it and quit it cold turkey and think that's gonna be it. So to everybody that's going through something right now, just understand that too. That you can, you can conquer anything for sure in life. Nothing, no obstacles too big. Jelani, but was there anything that you wanted to say about I guess like journeys of self-improvement or anything like that before I guess we get to the next topic and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. First off, just salute to both of y'all on like everything that y'all got going on. I know both of y'all, like within the last year, have relocated to different areas. I mean, Rashad, you moved out to a whole different state, you know what I mean? And got yourself established out there, and Mo, you in a different area of the state we're from, and you got yourself. So yeah, just salute to both of y'all first off on that. Yeah, keeping it all the way like totally a stack. 2025 was like definitely one of my darker years. Like I had a lot of personal setbacks this year, most of which were like self-induced, if I'm being totally honest. But with that being said, like I feel like more so towards the end of this year, like gotten more established. Like I got a new job I'm working at, and like certain things that I got planned as far as that I want to take that I want to do in 2026. But I'm not waiting till. That's one of the things I used to do like in the past in my 20s that I feel like I don't want to do again. Which was like it would be like you get to September, October, and you're like, all right, um, let's say it's 2014. It's like, all right, when 2015 get here, I'm gonna be on my grind. You know what I'm saying? New year, new me. Like I'd much rather just I kind of want to treat like this portion of the year like it's the new year. You know what I mean? Going into 2026. So yeah, like I said, this wasn't my best year, but I'm not really like in panic mode just because I know that I got faith going forward that like if I take the right steps, like I know, certain things that I want to do in the future, I can make those happen. So this was like a dope little, because usually we're already talking about um just all different types of, like basically like filth and rap music and everything in between. So like this little positive segment right here was like a nice little change of pace, for the show.
No, it was literally just like something I was thinking about the last couple of days with Mo and stuff like that. I'm like, dang, like that junk crazy. And I'm, full transparency. I ain't talked to Mo like one-on-one since the last pod. So, it was just like a time. It was just something that popped up, and I was like, maybe this would be something nice to bring up on the pod, like you say, a nice change up the pace and everything like that. Mo, was there anything else that you wanted to say in rebuttal before we move on?
No, that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, and Jelani, bro, if you ever need anything, ever need somebody to talk to, we always here for you, bro. So,
Yes,
and you said like it ain't no point. I remember last year I was talking to my homeboy Ephraim, and I was saying it was something that I wanted to do that I was like, start the new year. Actually, I remember what it was. I remember it was close to New Year, and I was like, I wanted to start the new year fresh. And then he'll just like, why wait till then? Like each day is a new day, so just take it as that, And that really like changed my like mindset because it was like mid-December or so, and I was thinking, I was like, man, I kind of looking for a certain outcome to happen for like things to be better by the new year, but then it was just like, well, shoot, that outcome ain't necessarily going to happen, so it's just like I might as well mentally just get like lock in now, and just start a new day. So I mean, I commend you on that, bro. Take it like don't wait, don't procrastinate. Might as well just take it on like the self improvement now.
No, it's definitely a fact for sure. Definitely don't want to waste these because it's still like a decent amount of time. I mean, not a decent amount of time, but it's still a full 2 months left in a year. You know what I mean? Two really like 2.5 months, honestly. So yeah, still got certain stuff I want to accomplish before this year is over.
and life is literally a consistent working towards stuff. Like it's easy for me to say, yeah, like I've been on my grind. You know what I'm saying? I've been clean and not distracted or whatever, not impure or directly participating in impure events like for the past 200 plus days. It's easy to say then after 200 days of not doing it. It's easy for Mo to say like he switched up everything like that and he's matured publicly like months after the fact, right? But like it's not easy to open up and be like, yeah, I'm still, struggling with ABC while you're going through it. So like definitely commending to you, Jelani, for the honesty and stuff like that. And a lot of people can connect with that. So I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no, we gotta be transparent for the people.
Nah, 100%, 100%. And we always got to keep it sucker free too. You know what I'm saying? How did y'all feel about Mark, man? His whole episode with Flip this weekend, man.
I didn't think it was as like I saw people try to make some like deep philosophical issue. Like basically these podcasts, like certain ones like the Joe Budden podcast, No Jumper, it's almost like that kind of double as reality shows on top of the fact that they podcast at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's not just them sitting down doing a podcast and reading ads, anymore. Like it's 2018, 2019. So yeah, like all of the people on there, like their own personality, and every now and then, and you got to think they see each other. Imagine we do this podcast once a week and we talk on Zoom. Like we're not driving. We don't got to get dressed to like come see each other and talk to each other we talk to each other before the podcast for like 5-10 minutes at the most. You know what I mean? So for the most part, like, outside of the person, like, in the group chat or whatever, we all got our own space. They record like 5-6 episodes a week and they talking for 2, 3, 4 hours every episode. You know what I'm saying? So after a certain point, you're going to start fighting over petty stuff just the same way, like, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're seeing somebody every day, y'all gonna fight over petty stuff every now and then, just because y'all seen each other so much. So that's all I thought it was. I didn't think it was like some super deep issue between them like that.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see it.
That's real.
I'll say like, well, essentially what happened, Mo. I can't play it because Joe Budden will take down my page if I play it. But essentially what happened, pretty much, Mark was like kind of like poking at Flip, kind of like, saying, "Oh, you got what I said, Flip," or like some people on this podcast, their only job is to come in here and be funny. Someone like me, I gotta be smart. Like he said something like that, and then Flip was like, "Hold on, before you move on, because then Don't Call Me White Girl tried to chime in, Mona." And he said, no. Let's go back to that. What you mean by that? Da. He said, "Oh, I'm just saying the Phyllis da da." And he said, "See, that's your problem. You always using big words." He said, "No, these words might be big to you." And then after that, it went up. And then he was like, "No, I ain't no sucker. This and that." He said, "I ain't no sucker." And then like he just starts like cussing and standing up. Mark, this is Mark now. Joe like, "Y'all take it outside." He said, "No, F that. Da. Like I ain't never seen Mark that mad. I think large part of the reason why it went viral is because like no one's ever seen Mark like that on camera. I think what it proved to me was like humanity, bro. Like at the end of the day, bro, like that's why I never tried to fake anything. Like if it's because I go to some panels sometimes, and the older I get, the more I see like people on panels and their whole brand is being like deep or intelligent or mysterious and stuff like that, or like so beyond intelligent of the average beyond person, right? And then you like just hear them speak and they're just saying normal stuff. They're just kind of framing it in a way that might seem like they know what they're talking about because they're presenting it with such confidence that you're like, "Oh, this is an intelligent person." And it's just like a normal thing. So like ever since then, when I saw that glass kind of being broken, I was like, there's literally no need to me to act like something, I'm saying, more intelligent than I actually am or anything, because it's going to show every single time. And I think people are going to see right through it. So I say all that to say with Mark Lamont Hill, him going off on camera, it showed him that he's human. It showed us that he's human, and the most mature people, there is no such thing as a, I want to be like, "Oh, I love a real man who just like, a real man don't raise his voice. A real man don't get angry. A real man don't," and that's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Corinthians 14, everything like that. Love is not quick to anger. Love is not. But humans, at the end of the day, are humans, and people gonna snap, regardless if they the most well-read, literate, well-traveled, well-versed man in the world. A human gonna go off if you push him enough. So that was my biggest takeaway from that. So with that background, Mo, you have any reaction to that?
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Just like, at the end of the day, people are going to be human. And I think, you're going to have those real reactions. I have to go back and see the clip to get more of a better take on, everything. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, people are going to try and put on a facade, whenever they can. But then it's just like at the end of the day, people are going to be who they are internally. It's like it's always going to show, especially when you're constantly on camera. that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize. Is like when you're always on camera, there's always going to be a certain side of you that you want to. If you're trying to suppress any part of you, it's always going to reveal itself at some point. So
Yeah, I need to bring back celebrity death match and have Queen's Flip versus Mark.
Nah, they definitely need to box it out or slap or something. Like I feel like some beefs get to that point where they just need to let it out physically and everything. But man,
one thing real quick,
yeah.
I would say I think there's nothing wrong with if like putting on some gloves and then boxing your homeboy. If you really feel that type of way, I think there's nothing wrong with that. With people, because I think sometimes it can be healthy, and especially like if y'all at that point where it's like you really want to fight this person, but it's like sometimes it's just like, man, as long as you have people there to kind of mediate everything to where it don't get like crazy, it's like, hey, I don't know. I think that should be more normalized. I think a lot of times people try to avoid and be like, let's just be, just be friends, and it don't need to be all that. And it's like, no, sometimes, ain't no wrong with people duking it out every now and then. It's like, doesn't mean y'all got to beef even further after that. I think sometimes it's like, all right, we got our fair one in. Let's keep it pushing.
All right, so I wish that people that had issues with each other would fight each other more, like instead of shooting each other. I want that to happen, but I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I get what you're saying. Like I feel like that more so like maybe when I feel like it can still happen if that's your close homie, but I feel like at this point it's like if we reach the point where we gotta fight, bro, we might just go our separate ways, dog. Like I ain't even trying to, because it gets harder, like once you get to be like over 30, 35, like it's harder to recover from fighting somebody than it would be like when you're 18, 19, like them bruises don't really heal as fast as they used to. Like imagine going to your job the next day and you got a black eye and you got to explain to them like, yeah, me and my homies, we caught a quick 30 seconds in the, in the backyard real quick. But on principle though, I do agree with you though. Like I don't think there is anything wrong with it, because sometimes it does reach that point where it's like, you don't want to keep disrespecting you. Like you don't want the disrespect to reach to a certain point verbally, to where y'all can't come back from. So like I do think sometimes like there is a point where it's like that might be the only option, if you want to keep the friendship sometimes.
Yeah, I think as friends, bro, like it's very difficult to come back from a fight. Like Jelani said, I know a lot of people in college are like their best friend. They fought them in childhood, and then they grew up to become friends. And they like, some people even argue like you're not even real friends with your friends until y'all have fought in before, like some type of physical altercation, like slapbox, whatever the case might be. I mean, like I said, I think at this point, like Jelani was saying, it's always gonna be some type of kind of awkward, thing there after y'all fight, because it's like y'all gonna have this kind of like thing that y'all remember for the rest of the relationship there. Like, yeah, we put on gloves and like we box, like, that's how I feel about it.
No, I feel that. I mean, I definitely feel now you shouldn't allow anybody to get you that angry.
Because I ask you this, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had, since you were 28, had to put on gloves to box your homie and to come to a resolution with your homie? And that put on boxing gloves just out of like, oh, we curious about fighting, who fight better, this or that. Like, no, y'all had a problem and y'all put on boxing gloves to solve it.
No, I mean, I haven't had any issues with any of my friends like since that age. But I mean, that's why I was saying, like, I agree with you. Like, if you're like 30, then I mean, it really ain't much. Because I think now, if I'm at the point where I want to fight you, it's like, yeah, that's a different, I don't know, that's a different mindset that I'm going to be in at that point, because I don't really get upset like that about much, And so I think that for me, like, and I get where you say it being more of a younger thing. And that's why I say I do like feel like, yeah, when you're younger, and this is something that I felt for years, So, but yeah, like if you 30, yeah, then I get it. Like, yeah, you feel like you need to box your homeboy, then maybe y'all just need to go y'all separate ways. Cause if you feel that deep about it, then it can, I don't know, it is kind of a weird place. Cause I'm like, I've always said that like I don't really care unless it affects my livelihood, my family, or my health, And if it's like if it don't like affect none of that, then I'm like, hey, it is what it is. So yes, I mean I couldn't imagine any of my friends at this point wanting to really, really fight them. I think like, but at the same time, as I said, when you're younger, I do agree, like, go ahead and throw the gloves on, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, nah, my bad, bro.
Oh, I was just gonna say also because I've had friends that I've seen and like I've slap boxed with certain friends where it's just like like you keep trying me, bro. Like, all right, you wanna like let's see what's up, and and it's like after that it's always that feeling of like, all right, we did that. That respect is there for each other, and then now we just move on from it, But that's why I say it's also like how if you really at the point where you really want to hurt them, like where I'm like I really want to hurt you, then it's like it's a little bit different as well, Like you got to think if like how deep do you really want to take it?
Yeah, no, at that point you might just want dead the friendship.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I wanted to. I brought up this picture, of the super group and everything like that in the late '90s, early 2000s, and stuff like that. And the genre that is neo soul. Like I shouted out the day after D'Angelo passed. First of all, rest in peace to D'Angelo. God rest his soul. I talked about Nosa. Nosa is a music content creator, and she's the first person I thought of when I saw the news because a week prior she made a video that neo soul doesn't exist. And it was this thing of like how D'Angelo hated the term neo soul, how Erykah Badu hated the term neo soul, and it was something that their manager came up with because he managed both of them at the same time, and he kind of wanted to give them a label to their side of R&B and soul and things of that sort. And it goes under the line of like the way black artists presented themselves, consciousness. You guys all know it because you're black, like you get it. If you know, you know. But for the listeners out there who might not know, and I think that's the perfect firsthand example of going back to like Mark Lamont Hill, of like people throwing this outside label and perspective on you of like, since Mark Lamont Hill speaks so well and he's so well read and he's intelligent, that he's so mature. He isn't quick to anger. He never gets angry. He's a real man. Hey, y'all need to be like Mark. Y'all need to be like Mark, ABC. And then Mark is pushed to the limit and he goes off and everybody's like, Mark Lamont Hill? I can't believe it. He was acting like this. I never seen him get this mad. And I think it's the same thing with these neo soul artists. If you throw neo soul on them, a lot of times that could be, kind of go with the Hotep community of like, Peace King, you spreading sage and you talk about Ashe and, you always just, so peaceful and you're grounded and you go and pray in the grass barefoot, all those things, right? And then at the end of the day, D'Angelo and Erykah Badu was like, don't throw me in that. I don't know what that is, bro. I just make music. Y'all threw this label on me. Y'all painted me this as this picture and stuff like that. So I'm glad that D'Angelo said it and Erykah Badu have said it while they were here, of just like, don't throw these labels, unfair labels onto artists and people, bro. Like at the end of the day, we're just people.
Yeah, no, I actually I was listening to D'Angelo Voodoo album earlier, just to like, just wanted to. I watched one of his performances the day he passed. I just wanted to. I like I already knew like the major D'Angelo songs, like and I was pretty familiar with the Brown Sugar album, but I never listened to Voodoo front to back. I probably listened to like the first like 6-7 songs before. So yeah, definitely just want to say rest in peace, D'Angelo. But like there's a thing where people think like the quote unquote conscious rappers are like better people than the not, I guess, non-conscious rappers. I don't even like saying that phrase, but like they think that the the rappers that talk about like politics and government conspiracies and things like that are like superior morally, to the rappers that talk about selling drugs and shooting people or whatever. But a lot of times those be the rappers that like behind the scenes that, in real life, they still be messing with the groupies, they still be doing drugs, they still be, wilding out, doing whatever, still getting in fights at their concerts or whatever. It's just different clothing. Like even like looking at this picture, like Common was a gang member growing up, Black Thought, from the Roots was like, in the streets in Philly, like, even D'Angelo, a lot of his songs was not, I'm not gonna say a lot, I don't think that's fair, but like he had, songs about smoking weed and having sex and, a lot of his music. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I agree with that overall sentiment as far as the whole like neo soul label. It definitely was more so of a thing. Just whenever there's a movement, like the journalists need they need like a word to be able to define it. You know what I'm saying? It's like this whole thing of like SoundCloud rap. Like what is SoundCloud rap? Like that's not really a genre. It's just, a way for people to describe what was going on at the time. Or like in the early 90s when they had like, say it again?
Blog era.
Exactly. Like we weren't calling it in real time. Like in 2011, we weren't like, yo, this is the blog era right now. Like nobody, but eventually over time that's what it became. So yeah, I think it's the same thing with neo soul.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. Is the just because somebody can be intelligent and conscious doesn't mean that they don't do other things on the side as well. So, I mean, I think people tend to just attribute certain qualities to people just because of maybe a persona or maybe because of, certain lyrics that you hear. Maybe they're not like actively promoting, sex, money, and drugs, but at the same time, a lot of those same people are still key users of sex, money, and drugs, and they just may not talk about it, or they talk about they want to serenade a woman and it sounds so poetic, but at the same time, they're using that to serenade a lot of different women, It's not like they're just talking about they one wife or girlfriend or whatever, so yeah, I mean, people just like to take on, as I said, like just give those attributes to those people, and like nobody said that this is how I am, and like y'all assume that.
I want to give a shout out as well to Questlove again. Mo and I were talking about it on the what were we talking about it on the last live, Mo, about Questlove's game night, or was we just talking about that like individually?
Individually.
Okay, well, yeah. I want to give a shout out to Questlove. You see him right here in this picture. Like he was kind of the leader of like the entire thing. Like he's playing drums on everybody's album. Someone pointed it out yesterday on social media, and it was really crazy, really crazy. Oh dang, Questlove, he put out a that's an old video. That's an old video. I didn't know Questlove. Here it is. I found the tweet. Questlove in there, like, and it's the Popeyes lady meme. These 4 albums were being recorded at the same time and in the same studio. Always fascinated me. I would love to be a fly 1998 buzzing around to hear all the magic being made. So you have Voodoo, you have Things Fall Apart from the Roots, you have Erykah Badu's Mama's, you know what I mean? And you can't Jelani.
So what?
You have Common.
Oh, my bad.
Like,
I get it now. My bad, bro. I'm forgetting the YouTube rules sometimes.
Yeah, you good. Like Water for Chocolate. And I was listening to On and On earlier from Erykah Badu. Like Jelani, like I just revisited a lot of like of the neo soul era, ironically and stuff, ever since D'Angelo passed. And just listen to Erykah Badu On and On. Like it's some songs like you don't even realize, you're like, oh, that's probably Questlove back there. And so I don't know. I want to give shout out to Questlove, bro, for like all he's meant for us, like people, music, being a musical genius and stuff. I also shouted out the story of Questlove waking up D'Angelo at 4 a.m. after listening to "Waking My Love" for the first time because he thought it was, it was such a sucker punch from him. So salute to Questlove, and make sure he gets his love and flowers while he's here. That's another thing I want to say, bro. This whole thing, because her said this, and shouts out to her. We just shouted out her a few episodes ago, probably about a month ago. But she said, yeah, these people don't get their flowers until it's too late. But, that's a whole nother discussion for another day. Who didn't appreciate or give D'Angelo his flowers while he was here? That's what I want to say. I think people need to stop saying that when people send out tributes and say nice things about people when they die. Because who in the world was not honoring D'Angelo like the legend he was when he was on Earth breathing?
It's just like it's like a cliche, but at the same time, like, I think D'Angelo was. The thing about D'Angelo is that he only put out 3 albums in a 30-year career. You know what I mean? And at his peak, that's a whole nother discussion I want to think about. Like, D'Angelo and Rihanna are the only 2 stars I can think of who were like superstars that walked away from the music industry at their peak of popularity. Like, I can't think of 2 other 2 who were like at their peak and kind of just stepped away. Like D'Angelo, he went like double platinum with the Voodoo album, and the we were little kids at the time, so I don't remember seeing it at the time, but of course I know about the video, the Untitled video when he had his shirt off and all that. You know what I mean? So he was like a rock star, but he stepped away from, due to personal reasons or whatever. But
Lauryn Hill.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Definitely, that's probably the main one too. I'm bugging for forgetting her. Yeah, no, that's a fact. But yeah, as far as people not appreciating him, it's just like he wasn't in the mainstream enough, I think, for like the newer generation maybe to know about him as much, unless your parents passed him down to the younger kids. Like, we caught it just because he was still somewhat active during he was active during like our literal like earliest years on Earth. And then like early 2000s, mid 2000s, you still would hear about his music like getting played on the radio, like Brown Sugar, Lady, those songs were still getting played on R&B radio in the 2000s. So yeah, I think most people, even like a lot of white people, just appreciated D'Angelo as a genius. Like, Voodoo had rave reviews. Black Messiah had great reviews when it came out. So yeah, for the most part, I think he was appreciated.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, man. I feel like while he was here, a lot of people really respected who he was. So yeah, I feel like, people do be just kind of saying stuff like, man, they just be saying stuff like, yeah, like nobody gave them their flowers while they was here and this and the other. But yeah, I think
no one ever honored Stevie Wonder or Andre 3000. Like, what are you talking about?
No, facts. And I think D'Angelo is somebody that, I guess people don't randomly just be like, you know what, I'm gonna give a shout out to D'Angelo today. Like, I guess you don't really see much of that, but I don't really feel like you see much of that in general, So I guess I don't know exactly what flowers she expected like him to have received while he was still alive. But yeah, I definitely saw that, and I was like, I definitely felt like he got a lot of love. People, his album D'Angelo, that was the name of the album, right? It was self-titled. Am I correct? Yeah, that one is in one of the top like albums of, I'm gonna say, at least with like R&B. They always listed.
Well, his first album,
I believe so. What's the album that has? I might be wrong. The one that he has. Um, the one song where he was like, had his shirt off and all that. He was like naked.
Untitled. How does it feel? Oh yeah, that's a Voodoo album.
Okay, that was the Voodoo album. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So with the Voodoo album, I feel like they a lot of times talk about the album being one of the top albums of like in R&B in general. Like I've seen that album definitely pop up on lists multiple times, and and I'm seeing multiple times people give tribute to that particular video and stuff. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I feel like people gave him a lot of flowers, but probably still feel like he could have got more because he was very impactful. So,
well, shout out Balil. Shout out to Q-Tip. Like, what do you want me to do, her? Like, shout out to Music Soul Child. Shout out to Erykah Badu. Shout out to Jill Scott. Like, shout out to Andre 3000. Shout out to Big Boy. Talking about, y'all want to say, hey, don't give me flowers. Well, okay. Shouts out to Stacks, of course. Shouts out to Big Boy as well. Both of them getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So shouts out to both of y'all. Shouts out to, Killer Mike, what he's done musically. Now, in the community, there is some, kind of shady stuff there, but shouts out to Killer Mike on the music side of what he's added and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I feel like you walk into these like Mos Def, right? People not talking about Mos Def every day. If Mos Def walks into a room, people, oh, it's Mos Def, it's Mos Def. They ain't going like, oh, it's Mos Def again. And then something happened, God forbid, and people like, oh, Mos Def, how dare we took you for granted. Like, no, bro, like it's certain celebrities and artists and stuff like that get treated like the icons they are in real time, especially people like D'Angelo, Balil, like the people who like were big in the 90s, 2000s and went away for 20 years because they don't use social media and they only pop out to do like 2 or 3 big festivals every year. Like that's what D'Angelo was doing since like 2014, 2015 when he came out with his last album and stuff. And it's just like every time he performed, it was like a big deal. Everybody came out screaming for him and wanted him sing and perform. We did verses. All the legendary people, D'Angelo refused to do his against somebody else. So it was just D'Angelo and friends, an event hosted officially by Versus. If that ain't giving somebody their flowers, bro, I don't know what is. Like, but this whole we don't give people their flowers while they can like, I think it's true for some people, but for a lot of these people, it's just not the case. Like, even Rich Homie started getting a lot of credit because time passed right before he passed away. He was starting to get a lot of that credit and was coming more and more relevant. He was on people's YouTube channel. They were talking about, man, you did this for me. He came on Duke's channel a couple weeks before he passed, and Duke was like, man, you meant this to me. I Show Speed, the biggest streamer in the world, came in and said, what's up to Rich Homie? Like, I felt like he received some of those flowers before he passed. And I don't know. I just think big celebrities and big time influential people do receive their flowers for this here, bro.
I remember when DMX passed away. There was somebody had took footage inside the funeral or whatever of Swizz Beatz giving a speech, and he was saying like he was saying something along the same lines of like, y'all wish DMX had got this type of love when he was alive. And I understand from his perspective, like that's his brother. He loves DMX. But I just kind of feel like, DMX was like, I'm pretty sure DMX was like universally loved, bro. Like even I've heard people who didn't even really like DMX's music be like, they've still acknowledged that he was a legend and that he had classic albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I from his perspective, like I said, he can feel because that's his loved one. So it's different. But in general, like, people like DMX or like D'Angelo, people of that stature, they usually get their love, while they're here. Yeah, but shout out.
I'm sorry, Jelani, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you good, bro.
I don't want to go too much into this because this is personal and family stuff. So I'm not going to go too much into it. Do I even want to touch this? Okay. I'm going to kind of breeze through it. Just acknowledge it. I was watching the Hot 97 interview that Layla did before her Gap Year tour anniversary with her Gap Year album anniversary with who's Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend?
Nessa.
Shout out to Nessa. Appreciate that, Jelani. With Nessa. And Nessa, you know, I could tell by the questions that she didn't know much about Layla beforehand. And so, you know, when you kind of don't know enough about someone like a Layla, you kind of lean a little into the Mos Def questions. Most people that interview Layla kind of stay away from that. I remember Angela Yee, she leaned into it, but that was just because she knew Layla since she was a kid. And Layla just got to a point where she was just like, yeah, people always asking me about my dad, but my mom was really the one there doing this and that. And then, you know, Nessa was like, well, because he's a celebrity and this and that. But it's like, no, he's not just a celebrity. Like, Mos Def is one of the best rappers ever to ever walk the planet. Like, it's a big deal, Mos Def. Like, if Mos Def walked into a room, people be like, y'all seen Mos Def? Like, that's how legendary he is. People know him by like 3 names. His real name, Mos Def, and Yasin Bey. Like, he's one of them, Black Star. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing, the whole nine. So it's just like, I don't know. I thought that was interesting that she kind of reacted like that. But then again, like, that's her. Like, that's personal, family, and everything like that. And if she said mom was the one that was there from the jump and has been there every day for her, and then she didn't kind of mention something else, and, you know, that's their business. That's what's going on. But I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting kind of little read between the lines moment.
I mean, yeah, you gotta think she probably been getting compared to everything she did to her dad for like her whole life, basically, especially being a rapper, you know. So after a certain point, it's like, you know, I haven't listened to her music like that, but I've heard people that she like, it ain't got nothing to do with her dad. Well, actually, I've heard some of her songs. Yeah, I have heard some of her songs. I think she is nice and ain't got nothing to do with her dad. So from her perspective, it's like, all right, we get it. You know, I'm Mos Def's shop. Like, it's almost like Janet Jackson made great music outside of the fact that she was Michael Jackson's sister. Like, she just, obviously that played a big part in her success as far as like getting the notoriety initially. But like, you know, after a certain point, you can't just go on stage and be like, yo, Michael Jackson's sister, cheer for me. Same with her being Mos Def's daughter. Like, she can't just go in the booth and be like, all right, now I'm Mos's daughter and make, you know, 16 songs just talking about that. So, yeah, I get where she's coming from.
No, facts. Yeah. Yo, real quick, did y'all see that Atlanta canceled YoungBoy show on Saturday?
Yeah.
Didn't they just give him
the key to the city? Yeah.
They said that was fake.
No, they said it was from Fulton County. They tried to cover it up. Even though wasn't Andre Dickens on the stage when they gave it to him?
I didn't see him on the stage.
Nah, hold on. Let me do my Googles real quick.
Yeah.
Let me see. Fulton County NBA. I think it really just sounded like it was a response to the backlash that they got for honoring him. Okay, Andre Dickens was indeed not on the stage. This is all people from Fulton County. These all Fulton County people on the stage with him. Shout out to I believe this Marvin Arrington Jr. You know, his dad, Marvin Arrington Sr., one of the kind of like people who built Atlanta to what it is and stuff like that. You know, legend, and his son is carrying the torch of working in public service behind his late father. But yeah, these are all Fulton County people. These ain't no city of Atlanta folks.
Yeah, I wonder why they even gave him.
Why is Fulton County giving YoungBoy?
Yeah, like it don't even like that didn't even make sense. It wasn't like he's been on a tour and like every city he touched down and been like, you know, we got to honor YoungBoy. It was just like, why? Yeah, why they even do this?
This one is head scratching. Go ahead, Jelani.
No, I was just saying I have so many questions, man. Like, why did? Because I saw the headline earlier, but so that I know he performed. By the way, I just got a random ass story to tell y'all. I mean, it's not like super eventful, but like I'm at the court like randomly. Um, like I work basically the way my schedule is. I'm free during the daytime a lot of the days, so like I'll go to like shoot, in the park or shoot basketball or whatever. I guess some kids was like skipping school, like they was in high school or whatever. They pulled up to the court and like one of the kids was like, it was this. I think there was a couple or whatever, but I was out to shoot by myself and they came up to me and was like, "Yeah, he wants to shoot with you real quick." And I was like, "All right, cool. Like I ain't tripping or whatever." So we shoot or whatever, and he told me he was going to the concert, to the Young Boy concert. I was like, "Oh, all right, cool. Like do your thing or whatever." So I hope that he was going to because they had two concerts, didn't they?
Yeah, it was the one there. They gave him the recognition from Fulton County, and then there was the one on Saturday coming up.
Yeah, so I guess I think he said he was going to the one that night, but that's whack for anybody that was, because I know that had to be one of his bigger shows. This one, this Atlanta show coming up for sure.
100%. Like probably the second. Oh no, I mean I don't know. Like yeah, I have no idea outside of Louisiana where like Young Boy's most fans will come from. But yeah, Atlanta probably is up there for sure.
Probably Louisiana, Texas,
Arizona? Would you say Arizona?
why you say that?
They got a lot of Mexicans.
I mean, I don't know if Arizona. I mean, yeah, they do. I don't know if Arizona is like what I think it states with a lot of Mexicans. I mean, yeah, I guess they do.
Well, beyond Mexicans. Shout out to all the Mexicans, by the way. Forget ICE. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing with all my Hispanic homies in solidarity for sure. I want to say this. The Phoenix Suns, bro. The Phoenix Suns got Nevada lit. Like they made that like a Billboard, like one of his biggest songs. The Phoenix
That's
Suns.
why I thought you was gonna say the state of Nevada.
No. But like shout out to the Phoenix Suns.
I think they got Mexicans out there too.
That's Travis Scott, bro, with all the Mexican fans. Shout out to Travis Scott too.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I didn't know why you brought up the Hispanic culture with YoungBoy, but I was like, yeah,
there's a lot of them YoungBoy fans. Yeah, a lot of them. But they're not like Travis Scott, where Travis Scott is like known to have like Hispanic.
I mean, because he come from Houston, so like him being from Texas, I think that's where he gets a lot of his fan base for that from. But yeah, YoungBoy, I ain't gonna hold you. Like through the videos, I ain't never seen a Hispanic person in a shiesty mask at a concert. I ain't never seen.
I've seen Hispanic folks in the concerts where they pan to the black kids crying and Hispanics be in the back singing too.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna find a couple of at any show, but yeah, I haven't really seen that. But reason I bring that up, you think Baby and Savage they'll finna send some people out to the concert on Saturday?
Oh, on behalf of Dirt?
Nah, on behalf of so did you not see that he performed I Hate YoungBoy?
Yeah, I saw that. But that's a Dirt and King Von diss song, right?
No, he dissed it for PF and 4L in that song.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I didn't know that at first either. And then when they said that they canceled it, I was like, oh, because I saw that everybody posting that he performed it. So in Atlanta. And then I was like, why would he perform this song particularly in Atlanta? So
I saw it and I was like, why is this noteworthy that he performed it in Atlanta?
Exactly. So because they said they performed it as if they brought it up as if like he wasn't really performing it everywhere else. It was like, so, and then once they canceled the show, I was like, okay, let me look up to see what he's talking about in here. And yeah, this is Gucci, 21 and Lil Baby.
Oh, he wildin'.
Yeah. So I wonder, because they don't even have to send nobody, just to be real, like, because he said 4PF and 4L. He didn't it's like just saying those particular things, you're gonna have people in the city of Atlanta that's gonna ride on that principle alone, you know? So
I think it's more so, you look at what's going on with Doug directly of him doing all these community shows and stuff like that, like and kind of like the whole aftermath of the YSL trial. They want nothing to do any rapper that bring anything up with anything, any clicks, anything that could be close to a game that could start some issue. They shutting that down expeditiously. That's what Fanny said. And this honor is coming from Fulton County. Fulton County shut it down. The same power that same hand that giveth, same hand that taketh.
right. No, facts. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And as I said, I feel 4PF and 4L it turned into, I mean, let's be real, just like with YSL, it turned into like a label thing. But the roots of where it started, it was people within Atlanta that was grouped together that, that started claiming these things. And like allegedly, of course, but as I said, just like with 4PF and 4L, there's people around the city that claim 4PF that's not directly linked to Lil Baby, that's not directly linked to 21 Savage. So you diss and they click. So it's like, yeah, I definitely, because you got the YoungBoy fans that are just wild as it is. So it could have definitely turned into some madness. But when I saw that, I was like, that's crazy, I saw one comment was like Lil Baby sent crazy money to to State Farm.
Bro, I was so like after the YouTuber event, I went stopped by my cousins or whatever. It was her birthday. Happy birthday to my little cousin, stuff like that. She turned 16. And then after that, I came back to the city and I scooped this Toronto YouTuber. It was his first time in Atlanta. So I just drove him around Atlanta and stuff like that. Rode him around Atlanta. It's crazy. Pause. I drove him around Atlanta and and like, when we was driving kind of like past Piedmont and stuff, I showed him, I was like, okay, that's the JR Crickets, the famous one where they talking about the lemon pepper wet on the TV show and everything. And they added that to the menu after they mentioned it on the TV show. And then we was driving up past the convention center. I said, that's why they have like Dragon Con, all that when they dress up. Then we drove past Harlem Nights and I was like, yeah, that's where King Von died. And like, it's crazy like how intertwined, even like I said, Dirk and Von were like, have become intertwined with Atlanta and stuff like that. Because once they blew up, both of them moved down here, and both of them were over there. And this where Von took his last breath. So that's why I was like, initial reaction was like, oh, because it's a Von and Dirk thing, and they got people down here. But nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, YoungBoy on a crazy. This tour has been it's some real rock star shit. They canceled, they had canceled the show, obviously, in Chicago too, for very similar reasons. So I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing the people that booked them here in Atlanta probably, I know the people that work like the higher ups at State Farm, they probably don't keep up with too much rap beef. It's probably like some older white people or whatever. So, but yeah, no, that's. I'm just still stuck on the like who called the meeting as far as the Fulton County representatives and was like, okay, we got a list of people that we want to give a key to or it was like some sort of recognition to, and YoungBoy's at the top of that list. Like, how did they come to that conclusion?
Because they definitely didn't do one for Chris Brown, I would think, right? Like Chris Brown, yeah. But they probably, why they did that. Oh, he's controversial, Rihanna. But then you turn around and give it to YoungBoy.
It ain't even like a moral thing for me. It's just like he's not from Atlanta.
Well, I mean, but the tour is a big deal. Like I feel like this tour and Breezy Bowl, the two biggest like kind of tours in Black people world right now. And I mean, Cardi's on tour right now, but I think YoungBoy and Breezy Bowl is the two biggest Black tours right now.
They didn't give Kendrick the key.
Kendrick didn't get a reaction. He didn't get a thing.
I don't think so.
Nah, I'm pretty sure Kendrick. They don't just give
No.
out keys to the city to just because you got a tour in the city, bro.
Well,
That's
no,
not-
if you have an impactful one, like, because Young Boys is like a specific demographic. It's like Young Boy has the youth in a chokehold the way that like an artist hasn't had in a long time on the youth. Like, kind of Playboy Cardi. Like that would have made more sense, but I mean,
Can you show me more examples of impactful concerts, just tours where they are giving out keys to the city?
yeah, I was at two. I was at two. The some of the last two, it was Sierra, but they gave it to Sierra. Obviously, she's from Atlanta, and she's 20 years in Legacy Act, and then Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly ain't from Atlanta, but it was an impactful big tour because it was his last tour.
Bro, Sierra and Frankie Beverly, bro, it's nowhere near. I'm saying like just these are legacy tours, bro. I'm saying like just a normal, because yeah, this is a big tour. This is a big tour, but yet again, there's a lot of artists that have had very significant impacts like impactful tours like this over the years, and they didn't receive a key to the city.
Well, this wasn't like, you got to think this is his first one out. You know what I'm saying? Off of house arrest, everything like that. Like what I'm saying, blew up on house arrest, blew up while he was in prison. So it's different. Like this is like if Chief Keef in 2025 went on an arena tour fresh off of I Don't Like and Love Sosa and off of house arrest, they would have did the same thing, I think.
No, they wouldn't, bro. Bro, like what has Young Boy done to deserve the key to the city, bro? Like this isn't. I'm just saying, like, there's nobody. Like, it'd be different if with what you're saying, and then they gave it to Kendrick, who is the first rapper to ever do an arena tour. Then yeah, like that would like I would be like, bro, that is justified, like that would make sense. But Young Boy, because you just got off a house arrest, because you were running from the cops, because you be taking drugs all the time, because you didn't like.
Yeah, no. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, like it's puzzling to me too. Like I'm not gonna lie and say like I get it all the way, but I was just giving some reasons why they might do it.
True. I feel like if anything, I ain't gonna hold you. Maybe his representation called, and maybe like I don't even know how you make that call, but that would be the only thing to me personally that would make sense. Whereas like the representation reached out to the city of Atlanta, and then with them knowing that he finna diss them and have this moment, but like they know that he finna do this, but maybe the Fulton County don't know it, but it's just like talking to them to try and I don't know, like that would be the only thing that makes sense. It's like, yo, we got this impactful thing, like, is there a way we can get like, yeah, we'd love to give them the key to the city. I think that would be a good look. The youth love us. I don't know if any of those people are running for a re-election within city council or, whatever for their county, so maybe because we are in an election year, correct? So maybe this is the impact that they thought it would have. It's like, this is how we get the youth, But I don't know, bro. This
is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it's just pretty bad. Like it is not much. Like I was thinking, okay, YouTube, like in terms of black artists, like he might be probably. I have no clue how high you be because a lot of black artists are really successful, but he's probably one of the higher black artists on the all-time like YouTube views list.
Yeah. This is just crazy, bro. But I think it is crazy that they canceled the show though on Saturday because, I would not have expected that. But I do feel. Did you see that one video of that dude getting jumped after he said "Free Dirk"?
No. I mean, I've heard about people getting jumped, and I think one dude he was found with a firearm at the show. Like I'm like, how did he get that in an arena? Like the security there, they won't let you in with a water bottle. How did you get in with the whole firearm? But yeah, no, I didn't see that.
No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't know somebody got in with a gun.
Oh,
Yeah, but I did see a video of
Not
somebody
like,
saying,
yeah, please. Y'all gotta stop saying that, please.
"Oh, my bad." But yeah, like yeah, I didn't know that somebody got in with that. But I will say seeing the person who got jumped for saying free Dirk and then like going from there, I think definitely that is something, I can see that turning into more of a thing with him probably performing the second time around. And now there's going to be people outside, because they know that like this was unexpected, but now they know what type of time he on, So, like, I don't think they would touch him because I think he has enough security, but I think it'll be enough after effect.
So if it came down to like a civil war and you had to, pledge your allegiance to one side or the other, are you team Dirk, or are you team OTF, or are you team 4K Train? Are you with the green flag activity, or are you on phone them?
Always on phone, only the family.
All right, that's a bet. Just to balance things out, I'm gonna join 4K Train to keep things fair.
I'm definitely team 30-year-olds, man. Team 30-year-olds, bro.
Hey, Dirk is 30.
I was thinking that when I was about to say it, I was like, oh man, I know Dirk is probably about our age because he
Dirk
popped
is
off.
older than us.
That's crazy. Dirk too old for this.
I mean, Dirk ain't really actively, involved in it currently.
Yeah, he can't. He's locked up.
I mean, I think I'm gonna be real. I think he been kind of chilling off it because he got hit get back.
Allegedly.
So, yeah, allegedly. I mean, yeah. So,
Trap
free that man.
ammo.
Free Dirk. I was always a big Dirk fan personally.
Oh yeah, ever since I like Dirk back in like I say really when This Ain't What You Want came out. Like that was probably the first, and then from there I kind of went back and to like his 2012 stuff, like I was up and all that stuff. So yeah, no, definitely Dirk had a crazy career. Like when you like, because he wasn't even, for him to be as big of a star as he became, like when that Chicago stuff first started to pop off, he was probably like maybe like the 5th or 6th biggest rapper out of that whole movement. Like at the time, like he wasn't, obviously Chief Keef was number 1, but Lil Reese was bigger than him around that time. Lil Bibby, I feel like, was bigger than him. I feel like Lil Herb was bigger than him around that time. And then eventually Dirk ended up becoming, at one point, you could say like 2020, 2021, Dirk was like the biggest rapper in rap around that time. Like one of, like him and Lil Baby at one point.
Yeah, no, for sure. And they released a mixtape at the height of it, and no one really cared. I remember when like
crazy
Polo G was calling himself the GOAT, and like his fans were going along with it. That was like, why did people let that happen, bro?
I mean, he had a moment, bro. That
I was gonna say,
yeah, that tape that he had, went crazy, bro. And then
at your party.
And then it was the one after that. But
okay.
Yeah, the one after that, I think that got a lot of, like, even if you listen to it now, it's still a really good tape. And then also you said that nobody cared. People definitely cared about that Lil Baby and Dirk album, bro. Like, I wouldn't say it wasn't.
Didn't we talk about that one on the podcast about how it didn't make any noise? The way Jelani brought it up. I remember that on the pod. That's why I said it too.
I mean, I think it may not have, because when you say like nobody cared, I think in the sense of like people cared and they listened. I don't think it had the impact that they expected it. But it definitely, like, people were very, like, they anticipated it, and like people listened to it for sure. But as I said, like, did it have the impact that we expected with those two big artists? I don't think so. But it's like there are definitely a couple songs on there that did kind of go off, with Hats Off. There was another song I can't remember.
Voice of the hero.
How It Feels. Yeah, like I think both of those songs still, and then Make It Out. Yeah, so I think they had 3 songs that for sure, like that for that year for 2021 that still kind of did its thing. Cause I say, yeah, Hats Off. You know, that was a big song. Hats Off if you keeping it real, because especially they had Travis Scott on it, and then yeah, and as I said, like How It Feels. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think it was completely quiet. It wasn't like they was dropping it and everybody was just like, "Oh, Lil Baby and Durk dropped an album, huh? I didn't even notice." Like, nah, it was anticipated, you know.
I do think it should have been a bigger deal though, just because at the time I feel like they were both at their peak of popularity around that time.
Yeah, I don't think the music lived up to the hype. I think, you know, the actual music on it wasn't as good as people thought it was going to be, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what kind of happened there. But yeah.
There was an era like 2019, 2020 when it was looking like certain rappers like Roddy Ricch, Polo G, Uzi around that time. Like they were kind of looking like they were going to be the next ones. Even Pop Smoke before he passed away. Like I feel like they were looking like the next ones, and then things just kind of, for whatever reason, for each of them, it just didn't end up, going the way it was kind of supposed to.
I want people to stop calling people like the next Lil Wayne. Like, can y'all stop that? Like, they try to do it with Uzi. They tried to do it with Lil Baby. They try to do it like, stop calling people the next Lil Wayne, bro. If you ain't got 5 years under your belt, I don't want to hear it. Like, as a top dog. Because you could be like, Lil Baby was around for 5 years at that point. Like, my dog was what, 2017? My turn was like 2020. That's his peak when he was the hottest, 2021. So, you know what I'm saying? Baby been around about 4 years at the top. But like, it wasn't no 5 years at that level, of that 2020 level, which I feel like I think you need to be like that, like how Drake was, how Kendrick is, how Cole was, all that. You had to be that hot for that long to be like, is this gonna be the person that was kind of like Lil Wayne and this and that? Because when y'all just throw these things around loosely, I think it loses value. Like, it's kind of like with Asia Wilson, right? With Asia Wilson, shouts out to Asia Wilson, by the way, congratulations on winning the championship. But like, just running to call her the GOAT when she has 3 championships and Cynthia Cooper has 4 and she played 5 seasons, or Maya Moore played 8 seasons, she has 4 championships, and it's like, bro, we rushing to call Asia Wilson the GOAT. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like people need to wait for resumes to fully develop before declaring someone as the GOAT or the next big thing or something like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, Lil Baby definitely had a run. I think, I'll be honest, just the run that he was on, because he wasn't missing on anything for a couple years. It was, if he could have kept that same trajectory, I think he could have been the next Wayne. But definitely, yeah, I think people kind of gave that to him a little early. But I mean, realistically, yeah, Lil Baby up until about 2022, like 2023, like everything he hopped on, he was going crazy, like consistently, So, but I definitely agree. You gotta give it more time before you start giving people those titles.
Yeah, from 20 peak Lil Baby was definitely like 2019 or like 2021, around that time as far as popularity. But the reason why nobody could ever be the next Lil Wayne, one, just because of like his rapping style was it was so unique, and he could switch his style up so many different times. Like it's just not fair to compare another rapper to him. But also, like, Wayne came up during an era when you could drop like 12 mixtapes a year, and just rap over other people's instrumentals and not get it cleared and just put it on the internet. That's not really a thing no more. So it's like you can't even have the level of productivity that Wayne had around that time just because of the way that the music industry is structured now compared to what it used to be.
Caribou was listening like, amen. Shout out to Caribou, bro. Free Kara as well from her deal and free her from the shackles of Lil Yachty and them. I want to ask y'all if y'all think Young Thug will ever forgive Gunna, bro. I mean, not forgive him, but will they ever be cool again?
I think they will. I mean, I think over time, because I mean, you listen to it, he just said he just really hurt, you know? He's like, bro, you never, because realistically, if when he got out of jail and Gunna just reached out to him, we wouldn't be here.
That's the thing that I'm like, bro, Gunna flaw. Like the whole time, I'm like, dang, Thug tripping, Thug holding on to this, woo woo. Then he said, bro, Gunna ain't never gave back to moms. Gunna never checked in on him. Gunna never like when he came out and he got approval from the court and the judge directly that he could communicate with Thug. Governor never reached out to him. And then his dad threw both of them in a group chat and Gunna still ain't say nothing. So then it's just like, okay, bro, like Gunna got to take some accountability in this too, bro. Like that's flawed too.
No, facts.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. You know what I mean? But I do think eventually, I just think it's gonna reach a certain point 10 years from now, 10, 15 years from now, where they look up like, all right, did this man really explicitly snitch on me? No. Like this like we talked about this before. It wasn't like he was sitting in a police room telling police like, yeah, Young Thug did this, he did that. Like he had to, when he made his plea deal, we've talked about this before. It's like the terms and conditions when you make an account. Like you got to just click certain things just so you can move on. And that's literally what it is. It's just exit statements that you have to give after you take your plea deal. But yeah, I do think at a certain point, because he had people, there were people that really did snitch on Thug involved in the case. Like that really did tell on him and put him in position. You know what I mean? So I just think after a certain point, he'll look up and be like, all right, bro, like this man didn't really snitch on me. And it's Gunna's still he's doing very well for himself, but I do think both of them, neither one of them is as popular, I feel like, musically. Not like Gunna has become, I feel like with the ladies, become like more of a sex symbol for the ladies, but musically, he's not doing as well as numbers as he was when he was with Thug. And Thug obviously is not doing the same type of numbers he was doing when he was cool with Gunna. So I think it would be mutually beneficial for them to become close again at some point.
I want to also say I think it's really sad that Thug's like most talked about track on his last album was one of him trolling
the Ninja.
Yeah.
That's I will eventually I'm gonna sit down and listen to it front to back. That's really like the only song that I saw people talking about for real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's artists. It's the thing that happens. Like artists go through waves of being popular and not being popular. Like I do think Thug is a talented enough artist that eventually, either next album or the one after, he'll get his mojo and his popularity back. He's gotta stay off the internet maybe a little bit more next rollout.
I like the Supernova version. The songs on the Supernova version were really good, in my opinion.
That was the Lux that just came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's still. It's like that's why, like, I had texted Rashad the night of, like, this is a typical Thug album that either if you was a fan of Thug, I think you would still enjoy some of this, like you would still enjoy the music. But if you wasn't really like a fan of just outside of just the major hits, if you weren't really like a fan of him like that, then this is going to be like, like I don't think I really rock with it. Because when I was listening to this, I'm like, this is typical Thug, like it's not like he and not really a true regression, in my opinion. Like it wasn't like it was just like, man, like this boy done fell off. I'm like, nah, this sounds about right because it is a bunch of just random stuff. I think he just doesn't have the allure behind him to where it elevates the music, you know. But I think and then the Supernova songs, right? It was a couple of like I really rock with them. But it's just the thing about Thug, he always just be saying the most random, off the wall stuff that's like it'd be a bar, but it'd be like what, bruh? But it'd be a bar though, you know? So like he has this one song called Rosetta Stone, and it was like I left 25,000 on the dresser. You F that little 13 up like I don't know if I can say it, but a molester. Bruh, and I was just like, what? Like the first time I heard it, like, cause it just flows into the song, you know.
Yeah.
But that's part of the hook, and so but that's Thug though. Like Thug has always been that type of person where he be just saying like, he put that brack in it brack,
Right.
Like so, yeah. So I don't know, and I agree with Jelani. I think give it time, he gonna find his mojo again, like where he'll truly kind of get back into his pocket. But I don't think like this album wasn't like a true like, man, this boy that fell off, man, nothing like that. I'm like, I do think the song that, I'll keep it a buck. Even Ninja is a little catchy,
It's not a bad song.
No,
Yeah.
I have a question though.
What's up?
Do y'all see if y'all had to bet on it, y'all think Bobby Shmurda is getting another hit in our lifetimes?
No.
I wouldn't bet a lot on it. I'll throw it into a little parlay. But but I don't know, like nah. I mean, if you told me like what's the likeliness, I think it's very unlikely. Cause I don't know, I just don't see him in the mix like that as much. And I think, sometimes with certain hits, it does require like to have the backing behind it. So that's why I don't really see it as much for him, but I do think it is possible though.
All Zeddy Will just got to get one thing in, bruh. If Zeddy Will catch hold of one hook or one line and do a dance to it, oh, he out of here. If Talil catch one line, 2 lines, and dance to it on TikTok, oh, he out of here. But I don't know. If Bobby Shmurda gets another hit. It's been about 3 years since he got out.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's like he was just out here wilding for a little bit, and he's more just a character now.
Yeah, I think Ninja is like, even though it's a meme and it's a troll, that low key is a hit, like to where a lot of people know it that listen to rap music, so it's technically kind of a hit. So Thug has already kind of passed that test of like, I bet Thug can't get another hit. Well, he kind of has one. So,
Facts.
But it's also like what is a hit in 2025? You know what I'm saying? Like
a song that I'll say the song that the masses know, like anything that's like a TikTok song for real is a hit.
Yeah, I feel like we only have a few real hits a year now. Like it's not just because we don't, and we talked about this before, like we're not all sitting around watching MTV or BET or VH1 no more. So it's like we don't all know. Everybody's playlist is so much different than each other's playlist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's harder for.
Question, Jelani. Is Fisher a hit?
Relatively speaking, I mean, I guess it was. I feel like if it's a big enough, because I don't go looking for new music as often as I used to. So it's like I feel like if it comes across my radar, if it's a big enough song that I'm at least aware of it, then I would say it is at least somewhat a hit. So I would say, even though I don't think I've ever sat down and press play and look the song up, but I know the song. I know it's a Cash Cobain song. Like I'm aware of it, so I would say it is a hit just off the strength of that. Like, yeah.
Let's go over hits like the last, like, say about 3 years, like, or I'll say going back to Munch from Ice Spice, because I feel like you would agree Ice Spice Munch is a hit.
Yes.
Okay, so you have Munch, you got the Sexy Red songs.
Yeah.
Probably would you say Princess Diana from Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj to like keep it a stack? Oh well, Nicki Minaj ain't on that song. She on the Barbie song.
Yeah, the Barbie song's a hit.
Yeah. Okay, the Barbie song and the like keep it a stack. People that hate it and know I got bands. Would y'all say that's a hit?
No.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
no, I wouldn't say on the same
Okay.
level. I mean, this year when Whammy was a hit.
Yeah, When Whammy. I'm So ATL.
Relatively, see, like I don't think I'm sorry.
I had that discussion with someone, and someone that wasn't from Atlanta, like in the chat, they was like, "I'm So ATL is a hit," and I was like, "Okay, we go with it."
Maybe,
Like,
I don't know. I feel like it was more. It's just like a viral song on TikTok. I don't know if I ever heard anybody playing it out loud. I heard people playing When Whammy outside.
Yeah, I think because you can have a viral clip, but like that fairy song, I don't think that's a hit. It's viral.
Yeah.
you don't think the Fairy song is a hit?
Bro, I've never heard any. I've heard the rest of that song. The rest of the song is not good.
I seen her perform it at I seen her perform it, and everybody in the gym was like, because it was at a basketball game. She performed it at halftime, and she came out, and when she came out and she said she was a fairy, everybody stopped what they was doing and went like this and started doing the dance. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm saying, did they sing any other word past that?
Don't nobody know the rest of the song.
That's what I'm saying. That I think there's a difference between viral.
So you
Like,
saying a hit, you have to know the whole song, like 4-2 Dub, We Paid.
nah, I think you got to know more of the song. Like with When Whammy, like they know that first verse. They know that whole first verse. They don't know, like it's not like they only know like Lululemon. If all they knew was Lululemon, then I don't think it's a hit. But the fact that they can like the Pluto, what the blah blah blah, like when
Take
it
me
comes
through there.
Take Me Through There is, I think people know the hook. Like
I don't know, man. I don't know.
People definitely know the hook. And I think they know. I feel like they know what's her name verse. I think they know
YK verse.
Yeah, they know her part. They know her part.
Yeah, like they may not know Quavo verse, but that's what I'm saying. You ain't got to know the whole song. But
if you know the hook in one whole verse,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like the Fairy song, no. The I'm So ATL, no. Like
okay, the Bunna B song with YK, I'm talking about in it. And if he wanna, he gotta spend it. Won't F him, won't suck him into the business.
Yeah,
I saw the song flag is just viral. I don't think it's a hit.
But they play that outside.
I think it's levels to hit too though, because like it's like We Paid was that was a really like that was song was, I feel like that was one of the bigger. I don't know what it charted at, whatever, but like just as far as the impact at the time, I feel like that was one of the bigger songs of this decade as far as like rap music. Like that song was that really soundtracked the pandemic.
Back in Blood. We Paid the box.
Yeah. Those were like the main ones I feel like from that time.
Would you call Ballin' a hit then?
That was a hit song. Roddy Ricch.
Yeah. Oh, that's
yeah,
for sure.
It.
I bet I know 40s on the G. I
that's
into the
right. That's one of those. I will honestly say I think in the top 20 songs of the 2020s.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think 20 because top 10 would be a stretch, but for sure top 20.
Can I say another hit?
What?
Not Like Us.
Yeah, of course that's a hit.
Yeah,
bro.
massive hit. Yeah.
I mean, can I say another hit? Somebody Loves Me. Yeah, I mean, so,
but
but
is Nokia a hit?
Yes.
yeah.
Is Luther a hit?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Squabble Up a hit?
Yeah. I could
Yeah.
squabble a bit.
And
It's not- it's
TV,
not-
off, TV off his too. TV off his too.
You think TV was a hit?
Mustard.
See, that's one that I feel like is I don't know. I feel like it went more viral for that part than the song itself.
So the second half after he yells mustard when he's like, turn the TV off, turn the TV off.
Oh, I love the song.
No. I'm saying like people like play that outside and dance to it.
But so I will say, I don't know if people really know the verses, to really be like, okay, this is, because then I'll say, if we're kind of doing the back and forth, Spider-Man, Superman with Drake. I don't like, a lot of people know, like, she took me for Spider-Man, Superman, but then it's just like, do you really know the song though? It's like with TV off, I think it's like, turn the TV off and like, mustard. But then it's like, when he started rapping, are you finna start getting your bag with it? I think it would Squabble Up for sure. I think, of course with Luther as well. But if I say with TV off, I don't know. It's subjective. I mean, I think it's a very good song, So
you could say the joint with AZ too. They playing that on the Gatorade commercials.
But yet again, I think that's viral, like more, that song more viral, I feel, like, cause you can't, I don't know nobody finna rap Kendrick verse for that. Like they're not finna, and they may rap AZ Chike verse before they rap Kendrick verse on that.
1,000, 2,004. A young man, I just singled me a goat.
That's my favorite song on the album. But
say now.
I think Peekaboo was a bigger hit than TV Off.
Yeah, Peekaboo, yeah, Peekaboo. Why was I singing Hey Now? I guess I got them mixed up. But shout out to Hey Now too. But yeah, Peekaboo, yeah. The AZ Chike joint was pretty. His verse was pretty big, like you said, Mo. Look at guys stop stomping feet. Kurt Franklin, like that line was very, very well known and stuff like that.
No, facts. Yeah, so I think, definitely if people know like a verse and at least the hook and at least a verse, I think that's a hit.
Does Tyler have a hit in the last 2 years?
I don't know if Tyler ever really had like a real
Earthquake is hands down a hit. Earthquake is a hit. Yes.
Facts.
Tyler is a huge artist, but like Tyler is he's huge and you'll see his songs in like endorsements and commercials and things like that. But like I don't know if Tyler ever had a song that was like Tyler never had like a Rihanna Umbrella or something like that, like a real just major hit song. It's hard to explain. I'm a Tyler fan, so it's like obviously I like the man.
But you don't think Earthquake is like, I felt like Earthquake was the closest that he's gotten to a normal level hit.
Yeah, that might be the one. Earthquake. I feel like Sticky had the potential. Like if they had shot a video for that, I definitely feel like that would have been one of them ones that, because I've said this a bunch of times already, but like the job I was working at, I remember around the time last year when the album came out, they were starting to play Sticky on the radio, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. I never heard a Tyler song get played on Atlanta radio. But yeah, I don't know if he's ever had like even though he's obviously huge, pause, but yeah, no, I don't think he's ever had like just a massive hit song like that.
I'll tell you all the songs he had on the radio. Yonkers was on the radio.
I don't know if Yonkers got played. I don't think Yonkers got played on the radio.
No, it was on MTV every day too.
It was on like, and you can see it on MTV, and you see it was popular on YouTube. But like, I know V103 or 107.9 wasn't playing Yonkers.
Well,
yeah, remember he didn't hear his song on the radio until like
See You
See
Again.
You Again.
yeah.
But okay, See You Again was on the radio. What's Your Name was on the radio. Earthquake was definitely on the radio.
I think
Yeah,
What's Your Name
he's on
might be
the
a
radio.
hit.
I don't know. I don't know if What's Your Name is a, but it was pretty big. But I don't know if What's Your Name was bigger than Earthquake though. I think Earthquake is hands down his biggest song. Or are you just saying in general like it's a hit? Period.
Yeah.
It's
with
crazy.
Youngboy first.
Yeah, Sticky got outstreamed by Like Him.
Yeah, that's his biggest song on the album.
Yeah, and Like Him is definitely not a hit.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people can relate.
It makes sense.
Yeah, the like the Wilshire on Call Me If You Get Lost, like that was my favorite song. I know that was a lot of other people's favorite song. Like
That's a great
Jacquees
song.
said that was his favorite song.
Who said that?
Jacquees.
Jacquees said that?
Yeah, Jacquees told Tyler the Creator Wilshire was his favorite song off of Call Me If You Get Lost.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know. I never knew Jacquees' favorite song on Tyler's album until now.
Yeah.
That's a random fun fact I can say for myself. Shout out to the king of R&B, Jacquees. But yeah, no, Tyler is he's a unique. Like he's kind of in the same position as like Youngboy is as huge as he is. He's never had besides I think that Gucci Mane and too make no sense. That's like
the right foot, left foot, walking with the heater, walking down, stay down.
That's the one they got played on the radio though. I don't know.
That song went on the radio though. Right foot, left, walking with that heater.
Not really.
I'm not sure if it was or not.
Well, they be playing that at football games. That's why I'm saying it. Because
Yeah.
like the little white kids do the little dance and all that stuff at the games.
Yeah, I think that's another one that's just viral. I don't know if Youngboy really got any songs really played on the radio for real. I think Make No Sense would be the closest, but outside of that, I think the closest he got to being on the radio was What's Your Name?
Was Nevada close?
I think Nevada. I don't think it ever made it to the radio.
I know that song with that DDG song with Youngboy. I know that was played on the radio.
Yeah, I don't know what song you're talking about.
All of my young brothers losing their life on the jump on the rim and the shots I can try. Maybe if all brother can rap. That was on the radio with Youngboy.
So it says songs that seem like the receive notable play on the radio was Untouchable, Outside Today in Nevada.
Oh yeah, I ain't going outside today. That was pretty big.
Yeah.
Untouchable. That's a new one with Birdman.
Nah. Can Run the Money Up. It's because it got some curse words in, so I can't really.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. Listen, man.
Say that again.
I appreciate Birdman as a rapper, bro. I like. Listen, bro. He getting slandered for his verses on that latest song. If you get it, you get it, man. I rock with Birdman.
No, facts. Birdman got some. He got some hits.
He got some iconic verses every now and then. It's just you gotta you can't look at him. The key to enjoying Birdman as a rapper, you can't look at him as a rapper. You just gotta be like he's just doing like ignorant spoken word on the song.
Mo, how you feel about Party of Two?
I've never heard their music. I never heard. Yeah.
But you know who I'm referring to, right? Like you've seen them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It used to be Group Therapy. They had Everybody Hates Chris Brother in the group, and then Everybody Hates Chris Brother left the group. So then they changed their names to Party of Two, and I think they're interesting. They seem like they're starting to kind of get that industry push to be next. They're kind of been buzzing for the last couple of years, and now they're like pushing them. And like, how y'all feel when people say like, because I talked about this last episode with Mo about Raven Lenae being considered a new artist. Raven Lenae's kind of been, I would consider her famous since like 2016, 2017. So I don't know if necessarily she should count as a new artist and like as a breakthrough. Like it's kind of like with Doechii, how Doechii last year was considered new, and Doechii's been like kind of known since 2020, 2021, and been performing at the BET Awards since 2021. So like, what do you guys consider like new or a breakout year for someone who you feel like already broke out?
What do you mean by that?
Because if all right, so say Party of Two, they blow up. Party of Two has already been kind of known for like the last couple, like with their old name, they were known as Group Therapy. They were relatively known on the internet, underground and stuff like that. Like say if Tony Snow, right, has a big radio mainstream hit. Tony Snow's been known underground for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, is that really breakout, like hello to the industry, or is it just like a new level, I guess? Leon Thomas, a great example as well.
Mm-hmm. I think the radio definitely does give you that kind of, because it puts you're going to be heard in just a whole different, by so many more people. Because just we have many people who do listen to their own playlists and got Spotify and Apple and all that stuff. There's a lot of people who do just tune in, especially on the drives home. Because when you're stuck in traffic all the time, like to and from, I think definitely those radio stations play a factor. Because when I used to have to drive to and from work, like, and I'm sitting there driving mad long and stuff, it'd be like, man, you get kind of tired of listening to the same stuff. So, turning on, listen to what Steve Harvey and them talking about in the morning, whatever, or, what they got going on V103, all that different stuff. I definitely feel you're going to inevitably hear other songs, hear those songs that's outside of your normal playlist. So I do think, radio is one of those things that is kind of helps make that breakthrough,
Okay, another follow-up question to that. Say if Mick Jenkins had a radio hit next year, would he be nominated and like presented at the Grammys, performing at the Grammys as a Best New Artist nominee? I ain't gonna lie, I'd be kind of mad. I'd be like, Mick Jenkins been around dang 10 years.
Right. I mean, I guess it's not about how long you've been around. It's like how long have you been in the mainstream public eye, And I think that's where they kind of like look at it from. Because I get it, there's a lot of artists who make music for years and then you finally get heard and then now you're at this new tier. So because of that, you are now seeming like a new artist, even though some people may have heard of you forever, they'll be like, and cause that's usually how it is, it's like usually people have been making music for a good amount of time and then they have their shining moment, So like if Leon Thomas won like Best New Artist this year, I wouldn't be mad at it, even though he's been around for a minute, So I mean, even though he hasn't really been releasing music under his own, like as an artist for himself, but he's still been very in tune, and so that's I'm about to say Kalani, but Kalani, she's never had no hit like Folded, but
yeah, she was on Ring with Cardi B. That was huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So she does got a Grammy at least. Yeah, but her individual music, this is the first one that really has taken off. It's really dope to see. I'm happy for her, and that's a great example of somebody who's been grinding for years. Because I've been listening to Kalani since like 2012. I mean, it's like 2013. and to see her now getting this mainstream recognition, even though everybody probably known about her, like just because of her beauty and then some of the other stuff that been going on, it may have just seen her name, but now it's like, yeah, Folded is that's gonna be one of the ones, bro. Yo, hey,
Hey, I got another question though. I got another question.
okay,
Is Freaky T a hit?
yeah, I'll say that's a hit because
I
people
don't
know the
think
verse.
I'm aware of the song just because I know like the name of the song. Whatever. I've never actually listened to it. But I will say just off the strength that I even know the name of the song and the name of the artist, I would say yes. Like if it makes it across my radar without me looking for it, without me going to search for it, I definitely think that makes something a hit because it's like in order for something to be a hit, there has to be a certain level of it just has to be like a part of pop culture for a certain part of time to an extent, and it is levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, certain hits are bigger than others, but if it's big enough that I'm aware of the name of the song, even if I never press play on it, I would say that that's a hit song.
The 6-7 song. Y'all would say that's a hit or that's just a viral moment?
Viral.
Probably just viral. I'm gonna be honest. I be feeling like the old man, bro. I'm gonna have to do like my research. I'm still out the loop.
I don't know what it means. I just know they got it from the song. But go
I
ahead,
don't
Mo.
either.
Now it's funny. Me and my sister was talking about it with my mom the other day, and then my mom was just like, what does 6-7 even mean? And because we was talking about my niece, and we was just like, it really don't have a meaning. She was like, no, what does it mean for real? And I was like, it really don't have like a meaning. Like I think like if you was to put a meaning to it, it can mean kind of like like iffy, like 6-7. But that's the closest thing to a meaning you can put to it. But it really don't have a meaning. And I don't know, I think it's just funny. People just like they're just entertained with it. But yeah, but it was just so funny because my mom was just like I feel like y'all just don't want to tell me. Like I'm like, no, like legit, it really don't mean nothing for her. It's just, just 6-7.
Yeah, I'm totally like all the way out the loop, bro. I be seeing it. I be like, oh, okay. Like I don't know what it means, but shout out to the kids, I guess.
This was the kid that got it popping, a kid from Overtime Elite. He was just like, hey, man, what would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? And he was like, I don't know, maybe 6, 7. And they made it that a TikTok, and then that's how it started.
How LaMelo Ball get involved?
So LaMelo Ball's his height is 6'7". So LaMelo Ball being popular among like young kids because of the way he plays basketball and growing up in the spotlight, like they just started calling him 6'7". So he was like, "Yeah, call me 6'7". Like, and he just embraced it because LaMelo is kind of a youngin him too himself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I see, he, in a sense, he kind of takes credit for the 6-7. Like, yeah, I kind of made it popular, and I'm like, what did?
It was this kid from OTE. Shouts out to OTE.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yo, real quick. So, yo, I want to make a list of what's going to be our barbecue songs when we are like 50 on the grill.
I'm gonna just name a few just from like I guess from my childhood. I'm gonna just if I'm throwing like a cookout. Um, that's a great one. I'm gonna just name a few that just remind me of like my childhood. I don't know if these would be like cookout songs or whatever, but just I'm gonna say one thing by A. Marie. This is the first thing that comes to mind right now. Just I'm gonna say Mesmerized by Wiz Khalifa. It just feels like a cookout vibe right there. Obviously, our generation of cookout music is gonna be different than like previous generations. Like it's not gonna be. It wasn't really no rap getting played at the cookout when we was like little kids. It was mostly like 70s, 80s R&B type music. And I would have some of that too, but more so from our era. I'm gonna go. Cookout music from our childhood. I'm gonna just throw. This is just totally. It's not even appropriate at all for a cookout, but we just getting ignorant. We're gonna go Gucci Bandana by Soldier Boy. That's the next one we're gonna pull up. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we what else do we want to do as far as the cookout music?
Gucci Bandana coming on crazy.
It's absolutely
No, it was the fact that was his third song. Like he did 2 songs and he was like, well, you know, this ain't really necessarily. I'm like, dang, you couldn't get to 5 first?
Oh no, I listen. See, because when you say cookout music, like, all right, this is a 90s song right here. We're gonna go Tell Me by Groove Theory. That's one. That's for the aunties right there. And then one more. It's a crazy list. This is tough right here.
I'm imagining this man doing the bird walk in open toe shoes with tongs.
This is all stuff that I would play on the aux right now though. Like if it's my own personal cookout and it's like, listen, y'all gotta vibe with me. You just gotta follow me. I'm gonna go In the Wind by Trick Daddy. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
You said In the Wind?
Yeah, In the Wind. Like in the Wind by Trick Daddy.
Jelani cookout about to be turned.
Yeah, we not having the, I would make a separate playlist for like the first half of the cookout when the aunties is there, and then we're gonna switch it up when the night gets a little bit darker.
So my cookout be a little more soulful. So first off, Damage by Her. It was just Snooze by SZA. Comfortable by K-Camp.
Yeah, shout out to K-Camp and his whole family. That folks just hit me today. I was like, I ain't in the city no more. I'm sorry. They said, oh, okay, I'm so sorry.
Dang.
Well, shout out to K-Camp.
There's another song that I was thinking about that was just on the tip of my tongue. Folded. Definitely made me think about this whole thing. Folded. And then let's see, what would be the last song that I would play at the cookout? What would be the last song? Man, I'm gonna have to take them back, bro. And dang, that's I'm trying to think what would be my last song. That's a Headlines.
Okay.
I was like, I got to put something Drake in there, but I'm like, because of course I'm gonna be the old head, be like, man, I'm telling you, man, that boy Drake was on fire, man. But I was like, I was thinking like One Dance or something like that, but I was like, man, I don't know, I don't want to. I gotta keep it. I gotta throw some little upbeat in there. But yeah, so I'll do Headlines.
All right. Well, when I think of cookout, these are just some of the first songs that came to mind. Redbone.
Okay.
I gotta go. Beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect cookout song right there for sure.
For our generation.
Yeah,
That represents our generation.
absolutely.
And I gotta keep it for real. Give it to me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now these last two are kind of toss-ups. Does Candy count?
Candy.
Tastes like candy. I can feel it when you are.
I mean, it's not our era, but it's still. I mean,
But it's gonna be played at cookouts.
Yeah.
Doing cookouts. All right. For the sake of the conversation, let me think.
I had a 90. I mean, my bad. I had a 90 song.
Okay.
On mine.
Say that.
I was gonna say I had a 90 song on mine too. So yeah, I mean,
Candy is like the 70s,
80s,
right? 80s, yeah.
80s.
I'll say Umbrella, Rihanna, pretty basic. What is this? Oh, Love. Keisha Cole Love, the one we talked about that we complained about it always playing.
I still love this song. Even though it's becoming
Jeremiah?
Oh
no, but I ain't about to be crying over the dang state.
Yo, I want to switch out headlines.
For what?
Cuff It by Beyonce.
I'm surprised you didn't say freaking Hotline Bling.
I like Hotline Bling. I do like. That's why I was saying I was trying to think of something a little more upbeat. But then I just thought about Cuff It would definitely by Beyonce would go crazy.
Do you see stars under you?
It also depends like what type of cookout is it though, because you got cookouts where it's just you and the homies or whatever, or like you and the homies and some girls, and then you got the cookouts with the aunties and the grandmas and all that. Like that's a totally
if we're doing a masculine, just pure masculine cookout.
Oh no, I don't want this. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go to that cookout.
Oh, yeah. Would you don't want to do like the Marietta reunion where it's all the boys from my dad be having like reunions like that, like the Trenton reunion or whatever in Atlanta. And it'd be all the dudes that like used to be up there and stuff like that. After a while, like the generations started separating and my dad knew less and less people. It'd be like people's little brothers that he used to be hanging out with. But yeah.
I mean, every now and then it's cool to link up with the bros. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Like, it's just, I don't know if I want to go to a cookout where it's just dudes
and their kids.
Yeah. I mean, when you're 50, I can see that being a little more appealing.
Yeah. At that point, yeah.
What about a Father's Day cookout?
Yeah, I mean, a Father's Day cookout.
All right. So I gotta go Jeezy.
Okay.
Bottom of the map. Hey, I was playing that before we recorded today. At the cookout.
I felt like Cascade listening to that song.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was it embarrassing?
Playlist.
Bro. Nah, some random dude out of nowhere came and grabbed me and was like, "Hey, bro, you can't fall. Come on."
That's beautiful. No, that's black love right there. That's what it's all about.
It's right. Young Chisel to the hey.
Round drum on the bottom of the strap.
Hey. That's right. And I love it. I gotta go. I love it, Jeezy. I gotta go. I do Jeezy. No, I'm just fine. I'm glazing Jeezy. Y'all got any?
All right, so I would do, if it was just me and the guys, I would definitely do 24s by T.I.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely an Unk song for sure.
Seen It All by Jeezy and Jay. Survival Tactics by Capital Pro Era.
Capital Steez.
March Madness.
Oh, dress it up and make it real for me. I was at my boy wedding. He African. They was playing all African music all night, and then they said, we got to do this for ATL. ATL in the building, and they played March Madness. But I've never been so happy to hear March Madness in like 5 years. All right, last song.
My last song, if we just doing the guys, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know what would be my last one.
Do you do Dreams and Nightmares?
Actually, yeah.
There it is. Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go Ain't Gonna Let Up. DG Yola.
Right.
I'll go Hard in the Paint if I'm with the bros. We'll take it back. We'll go Youngblood's Damn. Take it back. What other one do I want to go to? We'll go just because I listened to this earlier. We'll go with Can't Tell Me Nothing by Kanye, formerly known as Kanye. And last one, which one do we want to go to? This song technically does not exist anymore because of it got like sampling clearances, but we'll go Playing with Fire by Lil Wayne. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got a couple more. I'm gonna go speaking of clearance issues, let's go Cha Cha. Drum.
Okay.
Let's go down. Y'all gave me a couple ideas. Oh yeah, what's up?
Bow. What's up?
What's up?
Rich Kid Charlie. Rich Kid.
Boom, boom, clap. Boom, boom, clap. Where else do I want to go? I feel like I gotta go Childish Gambino song. Let's go Unnecessary.
Okay.
I spelled unnecessary wrong. It's a lot of stuff Gambino. Like I pointed it out earlier this week, like how Gambino was like the person who introduced the West Coast to Young Thug. There's a lot of stuff that just sounds like untrue about Childish Gambino. That's just true. Like he debuted the Young Scooter Columbia song on a mixtape. Like it's a lot of things that's like kind of weird about him. Like or fun facts that you would never know. You will never link to him.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I still don't think he introduced the West Coast to Thug because I think Thug already had a connection with Nipsey.
Oh, okay. Well, he introduced it to the radio scene.
Okay.
Like he played it on Power 106 for the first time.
True.
And they were like, "Who is this again?" And he's like, "His name's Young Thug." He's like, "He's from Atlanta." And then Childish Gambino was like, "Yeah, he's like with Gucci and them. He's like Gucci's clique."
Okay.
And he was playing them Danny Glover.
Nah, that's what's up.
But
Yeah. Okay. No, I feel like we got a solid little list.
Solid playlist right there.
Yeah, man. All right, well, shoot. Well, was that it for this week?
Yeah, it can be. I had a list of albums I was going to see if y'all want to do a start bench cut.
Okay. Let's go. Do you have pictures of them or something?
Nah, I ain't got no picture, but I got them like written out.
Okay, bet. I'll just pull it up as you mentioned them then.
All right, so start sit cut between Let God Sort 'Em Out, Alfredo 2, God Does Like Ugly.
I've only listened to front to back, Let God Sort 'Em Out. So So I have to start that one. I'm a bench. I'm a bench. I'm more interested in listening to Alfredo too, so I'm a bench. God does like ugly, and I guess I'm gonna start. I guess I'm a yeah, no, so I'm a bench Alfredo too because I do plan on listening to that eventually, hopefully. And yeah, I'm gonna have to cut God does like ugly. But it sounds crazy saying that about two albums I haven't listened to.
I
Yeah.
gotta start. Let God sort him out. I'm benching. God does like ugly, and I'm cutting Alfredo too.
So yeah, I would start Alfredo too. Probably bench, let God sort him out, and then cut God does like ugly. All
It's
right.
a lot of cocaine. Get the propane, get the bang thing. It's a lot of. I like that song. I love that song actually. Like that song made the album worth it to me. It's so much replay value on that song. I listen to that song probably once a day.
Yeah, no, he snapped. All right. Life is beautiful. Don't tap the glass. Starline.
Well, I'm gonna have to start the one that I listen to again. I'm gonna have to start. Don't tap the glass. Yo,
I was about to say you ain't heard "Don't Tap the Glide" that album like 30 minutes.
no, I heard that one. I've heard that. It was cool. It's probably towards like the lower tier of Tyler albums, but it's not a whack album. It's just he has a very strong discography. So I've heard great things about Starline. I've heard like snippets of some of the songs, and they sound like good songs. I heard the song he had with Do or Die on there. I think he did a remix recently with Twista of that song. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to just start the Tyler album, and then I'm gonna be. I'll probably. I'm not really into Larry June like that. I'll probably never listen to that 2 Chainz album, but I can see myself listening to the Chance album.
Cause if you don't work, you don't eat, young man. If you don't work, you don't eat, young. Hold on. Hey. Go ahead, Mo. You on mute.
For me, I'll probably start Starline. Bench, don't tap the glass. And then yeah, I have to just go ahead and cut Life is Beautiful. Even though I really like that. I do like the album. But I'm like, I like actually, yeah, I do like Don't Tap the Glass better. So yeah, but I'll definitely start Starline though.
I'm gonna start "Don't Tap the Glass." Not that I think it's the best album, but it's like the one that I play the most because I probably like Tyler the most out of all three of these artists. Uh, Shouts out to 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz. It's difficult which one I want to cut. This one is a little more difficult because Starline's a great album. Don't really replay it much. Life is Beautiful, great album. Only replay like the song "Life is Beautiful" from that album. So many months later. So I feel like I like the album Starline better, but I listen to Life is Beautiful more. So it's like, where do I go? The one that I actually listen to, or the one that's like better in idea? I guess I go one that's better than the idea because I feel like Larry June and Alchemist will put me to sleep, bro. So I'm gonna have to cut Life is Beautiful. Shout out to Uncle Al, shout out 2 Chainz, shout out Larry June, and I'm gonna have to bench Starline.
Nah, okay. Nah, and I agree. That's why, like, yeah, it's tough. Cause I feel like I do like Life is Beautiful, but yeah, it's like if we're having to do those three. All right, next three: Futuristic Summer, Kiari by Offset, and You Scooty by Young Thug. All right, I'll go ahead and start.
I thought Jelani was gonna come off mute.
I was talking this whole time and didn't realize I was on mute, bro. So it's just
bro, we had someone in the live, and during that dead space, bro, they left.
It's gonna be a long awkward silence on the playlist. on the episode, bro. Because I'm sitting here talking, I'm like, yo, why nobody saying that when I'm talking? I'm like, all right. No, I was saying, that's funny. I was saying Futuristic Summer was my second favorite rap album of this year. So, yeah, I would start that. US Goody was. I didn't listen to it front to back. I skimmed through it, but from the songs I did, like Mo made the point earlier, like it was a lot of people that I feel like they might not be real Young Thug fans. Because like if you're a real Young Thug fan, you know that's not like that's like Mo said, like that's normal Young Thug as far as what he was doing on the album. So, I guess I'll bench that and then I'll cut the Offset album.
All right, Mo.
So I will have to start Futuristic Summer. I will have to bench U Scooty. And then I'll probably cut that at Kiari. I think, Kiari was a good album. It was solid, but I like Thug better personally.
I'm gonna have to go. I think we all started the same album. Futuristic Summer for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and bench different. I have to go Kiari because you know why? I still listen to Bodies every day, so I still listen to a song off that album. I don't listen to no songs off of Scooty, but I'm not a Young Thug guy, so there's that.
Nah, facts. All right. Let's go ahead and take it back now. Big Sean, More About Nothing, 10 Day.
All right, see now we in my zone. Young old nigga music.
It's just you, like Usher you. Like not okay. Oh, yeah, it wasn't popping up.
Yeah, you said Big Sean. What was the other two you said?
More About Nothing by Wale and 10 Day by Chance.
Definitely gonna be More About Nothing as the starter. That was like I'll say probably top 5 mixtapes that I probably played the most in high school around that time. The Big Sean tape that I played mostly was Finally Famous 3 and the Detroit mixtape. I gotta look and see which songs were on, Big Sean. 10 Day, the only song that I really played off there was Juke, which is my I used to play that a lot. That was my joint. I didn't really super get a chance for real until Acid Rap came out. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna start 10 Day. I mean not 10 Day, I'm gonna start More About Nothing. I'm pulling up the Big Sean track list to see which songs are here. Okay, definitely Get Your Son was my joint. Yeah, this wasn't. I wasn't super into. All right, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna start. More About Nothing. I guess I'm gonna bench 10 Day just because there was a song on there that I like. I guess I'm gonna cut. Big Sean, but I like Big Sean's discography as far as mixtapes around that time.
Okay. I agree. Yeah, I was gonna put Acid Rap in there, but I was like, that would just been a clear start. I feel like Acid Rap is just, one of the quintessential like mixtapes. It could have darn near won a Grammy. Like it was really good. But so I say for myself, I got to start More About Nothing as well, cause I love that album. That was the album that really got me on the Wale. More About Nothing. Actually, I did listen to something else before that because I did have that album that he dropped, Attention Deficit. I did have
Oh
Attention
wow,
Deficit.
I mean, I remember like the song with Lady Gaga. I remember seeing that on MTV and like that song being kind of a big deal around the time. But yeah,
Man,
I didn't know.
oh, go ahead.
I was also say I didn't know too many people that actually had the album.
Yeah, because I had a bunch of iTunes money one year. And so I was just like downloading a bunch of albums, and like Attention Deficit was one of them. I had downloaded the Bruno Mars album with like Grenade and all that. Doo Wop and Hooligans, great album, great album. And there was another one that was like a random one. Oh, the B.O.B. album. I had downloaded that too, cause like I had mad just like iTunes money, so I was like, why not go ahead and just download whatever popping out. But yeah, so I got to start More About Nothing, man. So it's tough because I really like Tunde. I really like Big Sean, but because like Desire, Want and Need, Get You Some, Tomorrow, like I really enjoy those songs. But man, Tunde, I'll have to bench. I'll probably have to bench, Big Sean, and then probably cut Tunde. But yeah, because Tunde was like, yeah, man, like especially like 22 offs. 22 offs really inspired me as a writer. When I heard that for the first time, because I was just like, bruh, this is so like just lyrically just creative, keeping that that kind of flow. But yeah, so and then like family and stuff. But yeah, but I will probably I'll probably bench Tunde. I'm gonna bench Tunde. Cause looking at it like with family was a hard. I really like that song. So yeah, so I'll go ahead. Yeah, family. Me start. More about nothing. Bench Tunde, and then unfortunately I have to cut. Big Sean.
I'm gonna go start 10. Oh, disclaimer. I don't really know any of these mixtapes. All three of them I'm not really that familiar with. I do know songs on the Wale joint and 10 Day. So I'll say this. I'll say start 10 Day. I'm a bench the Wale joint, More About Nothing. I'm gonna cut Big Sean.
Okay. No, I feel that. Yeah, when you get a chance, listen to Desire Want Need, bro. That's a really good song.
Okay, bet.
All right. Next one, Kids by Mac, Friday Night Lights by Cole, or Days Before Rodeo by Travis.
Yeah, I'm a start Kids. I just got more memories with that, like high school era around that time. I'm a bit. What was the? You said Days Before Rodeo. What was the other one?
Friday Night Lights.
Oh wow, that's jeez. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That came out. Friday Night Lights came out. That was perfect because that's even though J. Cole was like 26 at the time, still talking about college. Like I appreciated that as a high schooler. So yeah, I'm a bench Friday Night Lights just because I have memories associated with that mixtape too. And then Days Before Rodeo, I definitely have memories with that too. But that's more so like I was out of high school by that point, so that's I think about like working my first job around the time, like my first warehouse job. Like when I think about Days Before Rodeo. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that, but I like all three of those projects though.
No, facts. Yeah, this one is probably the toughest one for me personally. Cause yeah, all three of these are just bring back so many core memories. I would probably Dang, which one would I start? I guess I'll have to go personally. Start Friday Night Lights. I will have to bench Days Before Rodeo and cut Kids. Because I think, Friday Night Lights to me is, I think, still one of J. Cole's best projects. Behind Forest Hill Drive. Because just some of the deepest, like, it's super relatable. But Days Before Rodeo, I really rock with Days Before Rodeo, bro. That was just such a great body of work. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. And then Kids, man, I love Kids, bro. So, but yeah, unfortunately, I had to cut Kids. Friday Night Lights get to start, and then Days Before Rodeo get the bench. Actually, no, I'm gonna switch it. Days Before Rodeo gets cut, Kids, because when you pulled it up, I was just thinking about like Outside and Senior Skip Day. Don't mind if I do. Man, I can't cut Mac.
Yeah, Outside was a song I was just playing in my head just now. It's just like a certain level of like, I don't know, maybe because he was a teenager at the time and we were teenagers at the time. It's like a certain level of like unseriousness about that album. Like it's very lighthearted, you know what I mean?
Right.
Even though the movie Kids that it's based off of is extremely dark.
Facts. Nah, for real, really is.
Yeah, but no, that I definitely get a positive feeling about that mixtape. But I feel the same way about Friday Night Lights. Like Friday Night Lights is like I said, it just reminds me of being like 15, 16 around that time, like being kind of optimistic about the future. Like, you know, you're a year or two away from graduating high school. So
right.
Yeah.
Some crazy ass kid coming knocking at your door, so let him in. But yeah, all right, Rashad.
I'm gonna go. Days Before Rodeo has my favorite Travis Scott song, like Astro World, all these like super produced things with a gazillion dollars and stuff budget. Backyard is actually my favorite Travis Scott song. So that's tough, but I'm still have to cut it. I gotta start Friday Night Lights because it's darn near like better than a lot of people will say it's better than 2014 Forest Hills Drive. But it's up there. So I have to say start that, and then I gotta bench Kids because this track list is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
This is like my whole high school from like sophomore year to senior year. Like Best Day Ever came out, and we were still like revisiting this, like, oh, that's cool, but Kids though.
No, that's a fact. It was crazy because Best Day Ever had some heat on it too.
Yeah, Best Day Ever was like when he was kind of like had money and it was like produced and with a label and the studio. Kids was like you could tell it was like local recording or in his room a little bit. Like you could tell it was a little more low budget.
Yeah, I'm getting sad now because we really did watch. That was the thing that made his passing away hit for me because like we really watched the whole. Like obviously I wasn't listening to him when he was like Easy Mac, when he was like.
Oh yeah, no. I was not tapped in then.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. But like when he became Mac Miller, like 2010, like I definitely was tapped in as like a 14-year-old kid, you know.
Yeah, Mac is 3 years to the day my age. We got the same birthday.
Yeah, he would have been like a senior in high school when he was like freshman.
Yep.
So like we kind of grew up to an extent with his music.
Facts.
I don't need a Benz, no, just a Honda. Trying to get my money like an anaconda, real long. Cross the country, smoke joint in the whip. No cop can bust me.
All right.
Shout out to Quavo. Go ahead, Mo.
Graduation, late registration, or college dropout?
Oh my god. Starting late registration. I have to bench graduation. Graduation was the first one that I bought in real time. But I stole it from Target, but that was the first one that I had. in real time when it came out. Late Registration. So I was aware of, like, I knew Kanye West was in like 2003, 2004 because of the songs. But I wasn't tapped in enough with music enough as like an 8, 9-year-old to know like College Dropout is about to come out. Late Registration, I remember like knowing some kids who were a couple years older than me who were like really excited about that album when it came out. So like I was up on game, and I knew like Gold Digger and Diamonds from Sierra Leone. Like, but yeah, Graduation was the first one I was really actively like fully tapped in, like knew when it was coming out, all that. But I'm still gonna start late Registration, bench Graduation, and I'm gonna cut College Dropout.
Okay. Nah, I agree with that. Like Late Registration was I actually bought that CD. I remember 'cause I really liked the Gold Digger song. So, and I remember my mom really liked it too. And I remember her talking to my aunt about it on the phone, like after I got the album. And she was just like, yeah, like you heard this one song, talking about like, it like do sound like Ray Charles on the song or whatever. Yeah, but and I remember when I bought late Registration, I actually tried to convince my mom to let me get the College Dropout too, but she was like, "Nah, you good with just one." But man, I'll probably have to start Late Registration too. 'Cause I feel like Graduation, like I definitely enjoy that album, but I think like just with the same thing Rashad was saying about like the Travis Scott stuff, once it gets like super produced and stuff, like I think you really feel the soul in Late Registration and College Dropout. With Graduation, I feel it was like genuinely like a graduation to a new level for him. But at the same time, yeah, it's tough. But yeah, so I'm gonna go start Late Registration, bench Graduation. Now I got a bench Graduation. I'll put that second, and then I'll cut College Dropout.
We broke, five broke. We ain't got it. Ain't got no money. Ain't got no clothes. I can't believe y'all cutting the College Dropout. I'm gonna start the College Dropout.
Okay.
I ain't forget where I came from. Boy, listening to the College Dropout your freshman year in your dorm make you feel like the dumbest person on earth. But I
Very
got
condescending.
Yeah. We were talking about that in our dorm, like freshman year. We were like, bro, like just listening to the College Dropout here, bro. I feel like, what am I doing here, bro? Jelani, the reason why I was laughing was just thinking about, I know you tell the story all the time of us in the computer class, doing the whole which one was it? Was it College Dropout or Late Registration?
It probably had to be Late Registration if we was doing the whole album. Because Late Registration was
we did Spaceships. Hold on. So we did College Dropout, bro, because we did Spaceships.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I feel like I knew Late Registration more word for word than I would know. I know College Dropout, like actually I know College Dropout damn near word for word too, except for Breathe In, Breathe Out is I don't like this song. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, outside of that, I probably do know that album damn near word for word.
You look at Barry Bonds. I was in the car with Mo playing Barry Bonds like a couple months ago. Oh my gosh. Talk about a terrible song.
True. I still like Barry Bonds. It's crazy.
Like, and Drunken Hot Girls back to back.
I like that song too.
we can't do that and then put that above. I was listening to Big Brother, like when people was talking about D'Angelo, just reading their tributes about him and stuff, it made me think about Big Brother. So I played the song Big Brother randomly. And then someone put a stat that's like Spotify, Kanye West is the only person with the album that's being streamed every week or something like that ever since Spotify existed.
Yeah, big brother age like Mel.
Dang, well, because it's beef. But I mean, the general message of it, of just giving people flowers while they can smell them.
Yeah, that part.
I want to say about, I was thinking about Ye earlier today, like this morning. I'm like, bro, like his impact artistically is insane. Like it's kind of difficult to kind of put into words how much Kanye West has done that I think most people don't know. And I think about this every time I hear "You Don't Know My Name" too, which came on autoplay today too. And but like Kim is a billionaire now because of Skims. That's Kanye.
Yeah.
The way people dress now is because of how Kanye dressed 10 years ago. Graduation, late registration, 808s and Heartbreak, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, College Dropout, Kanye. Watch the Throne, Otis video. If you in New York City, go in the local store, throw your hand in the cash register, their money is your money, Kanye West. Like, it's too many moments, bro. Like, it's insane. I put on for my city, Kanye West. Slum Village, Selfish, Kanye West. Cameron, biggest song, Kanye West. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Common's biggest songs, Kanye West. Sahai's biggest songs, Kanye West. The reason why we have John Legend, Kanye West. Go ahead, Mo.
Oh no, you good.
That was it. That's all I wanted to say is like what he did on Earth, bro, is like insane.
No, facts. That is a fact. Yeah. You know, that boy, he's you know, I miss the old Kanye. That's all I can say on that one.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, I would say, the most impactful male celebrity post Michael Jackson. Like, for better or worse, like just as far as like which male celebrity would you say has had more headlines written about him? Like, you know, in the last going on like 25 years now, since 2004. Yeah, you know, he's I mean, and that's not even just to make it about the tabloids, just, you know, man, you'd be here all day with like the songs that he produced for other people, the stuff he did for himself. Like, yeah, it's unfortunate that like his you know, last couple of years kind of, you know, I don't want to get sad talking about it, but like, yeah, a lot of it is overshadowed. He's supposed to be doing like Super Bowl performances right now. He's supposed to be doing like lifetime achievement awards and stuff like that, like, you know, during this era of his career. But he should be, and I'm very fascinated to see, because he'll be eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 4 years, I think. Because it goes by 25 years after your first album. So yeah, well, basically damn near 3 years. So I'm fascinated to see if he'll get in, you know. But
Do the BET Awards honor him? They honored Diddy a few years ago. Do they honor Kanye West?
I mean, he ain't say nothing crazy about black people. He
said slavery was a choice.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say he mostly talked about them.
You know, okay. I mean, I just think about, you know, unfortunate, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? There's 100% going to be a Kanye West tribute, right?
There should be. Like, if he passed, God forbid, if anything was ever happened to him, I know he definitely would get a tribute in that situation.
That's what I'm saying. So why shouldn't he have one right now? A lifetime achievement thing.
He should. The closest thing I've ever seen, I know he got was like the 2015 VMAs. They gave him like a Video Vanguard Award, and that was the year. I don't know if you remember when they gave him like, instead of a tribute, that he wanted like 10 minutes on stage to just talk about whatever he wanted, and he was just kind of up there just rambling, like he didn't really give like a real speech. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if he'd want, like, because I know people like Prince didn't really want Lifetime Achievement Awards because he didn't want people covering his music like that. So I don't even know if he would want that, but maybe we'll see. Who would even do it?
Kid Cudi. Well, I got they beefing.
That would be kind of. I feel like they too close as peers for him to do like his tribute.
And no, Kid Cudi is still a little brother. Like Cudi came around 08.
Yeah, no, that was definitely his young homie at one point. But I'm saying, like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's tough. I don't know who would.
Chance the Rapper.
I can see that. Yeah, I could definitely see Chance.
But Childish Gambino do anything?
I feel like he's kind of above that at this point.
Gambino did Usher.
But that's Usher came out when Childish Gambino was like
as a kid,
like a teenager, a kid. Like,
it's so just Chance will do it.
Chance makes sense because he's from Chicago and he was a kid when College Dropout came out.
Yeah. So Chance, everybody inspired by Kanye. So it's just a matter of like who would want to do it, like,
or who hasn't he offended enough? Because like hypothetically, Drake and Kendrick, they came up on him too, and at one point they was both willing to acknowledge that, but it's like this nigga Ye done dissed both of them in the last couple of years. Like, you're not cool with either one of them.
Jack Harlow, but he's white.
Yeah. I mean,
Lareezy, if Lareezy was bigger, Lareezy could do it.
But see where we going to now?
Yeah. don't do Lareezy like that.
No disrespect. I'm saying like it ain't that many on a mainstream level as you.
Well, because it would have been Tyler, Kid Cudi, Gambino.
And he ruined all those besides Gambino.
Yeah, that man called Tyler gay, bro. I was like, come on, bro, like chill, bro.
And he didn't say gay. I know we can't say the word, but he said
the F word.
Yeah.
Because if you don't work, you don't eat, young man. Yeah, Ye burned all this. Like Big Sean probably would have did something for him.
Exactly.
Burned that bridge.
Even Pusha maybe would have.
Well, Pusha is like kind of his age though.
Yeah, no, they're peers, but I'm saying even if they wanted to do like a good music, like
a Common up there and stuff like that, Common and
like
John Legend
reunion or something like that. Yeah,
and like yay, we made it from the shy all the way. Live.
Yeah, they can't even do that. They'd have to have Consequence do his tribute.
BET, we stand, we march in Selma. Play it, John. Freedom.
Cool on that. I don't want to hear no John Legend music post like 2008. Cool.
What? You don't like All of Me?
Oh man, it's just if you can give me that, or if you can give me like when he was working with Kanye, that era of John Legend.
You don't like Birdsong Sing?
It's not that I don't like that song. It's a great song. It's just I skip it every time just because it's too much coming out the gate, bro. I can't.
Birds don't sing.
That's one of those songs where it's like I can listen to it. I gotta listen to that like once a year, and I don't even want to think about like God forbid, you know what I mean? I don't ever want to go. I mean, I know it's a reality of life, but like I don't even want to think about that situation until God forbid I have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a rough song to try to listen to. But John Legend did his thing on there though.
Yeah,
He did his thing on the Offset album too.
He's on there.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know.
that was one of the reasons why I had it over Young Thug.
The John Legend factor.
I like the John Legend song on it.
No, I gotta check it out. John Legend,
Birds don't sing.
he's good for the hooks and stuff like that. It's just I don't want to hear like the the new John Legend when it comes out.
Freedom. He hung around Alicia Keys longer than I think people expecting him to in that verses.
I forgot that they did a versus.
Yeah.
See, towards the end, it was. I kind of started to tap out a little bit. I didn't even remember that.
But he had to he had to remind her, when she did "You Don't Know My Name," he started singing backup vocals to let people know, like, nah, this was a Ye production, and John Legend was definitely in Ye's camp at the time. We don't have Don C without Ye. We don't have Virgil, who they try to like. I ain't even gonna speak. Like, God rest his soul.
Right.
No, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, yeah, man, we'd have to. I feel like we every few episodes we had these moments where it's just like, damn, bro, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is,
No, facts. All right, I got one last one. So the Carter 3, Get Rich or Die Trying, The Blueprint.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna start The Blueprint. I feel like The Blueprint is arguably my favorite rap album of all time. It's up there with Late Registration for my favorite. I'm gonna bench Carter 3. Carter 3 definitely for me was a moment though. That definitely was like that was one. I could tell you like just the whole build up, buying the CD with my allowance money when it came out, like that was a huge deal. And then I'm gonna cut Get Rich or Die Trying, just because like there's a lot of songs that I like on there, but I never really, that wasn't an album I was just playing front to back, and I was younger than what I was when Carter 3. Well, actually, I was younger when Blueprint came out, but I played that way more growing up as a kid. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. It's tough, man. I'll say I gotta start the Carter 3. Yeah, I was definitely in that million first week sales.
I was too.
Yeah, had to cop that. Yeah, so I'll go the Carter 3, and then the Blueprint, gotta bench that. And then, yeah, I guess I got to cut Get Rich or Die Trying. But Get Rich or Die Trying is a really good album, too, as well.
Oh, yeah, it's a classic, of course.
Yeah, but, unfortunately, if you comparing it to those other two, just ain't going to make it.
The funny part about the Carter 3 is, like, I found out when my little sister was in college at Howard in DC and stuff, that her friends, like, they used the song like Amelia, like to like call her and like nickname her and stuff. And I was like, I'm older than you. Like, I was in school when that song was like hot. No one ever like had the cleverness to even think of that with me, like, like, and I was like, how did that just skip me and go to you? Like, how do kids even? Well, I ain't gonna say how do kids even know that song. Duh, they know that song. But I think Mo knows where I'm gonna go with this. Mo, you have a good idea where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I feel like I have a feeling you're probably gonna start the Blueprint.
I'm gonna start Get Rich or Die Trying. Actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm gonna start Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm gonna bench the blue. Ain't no love in a harder city.
Right.
I'm gonna cut. Get Lil Wayne and his bars out of here. His kitty cat bars out of here, man. Get him out of here, bro.
Kitty cat. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. Get him out of here, man. Shout out to Bobby V.
bro. That's just one song, and bro, because Dr. Carter, bro, how he put together like the idea of putting together these artists to be, like give them more soul, give them more, he ain't got this, bruh, that's on hard. And then let the beat build, how like genuinely how the beat builds, and David Banner, yeah, like I don't know, bruh.
David Banner.
Yeah, he was in his bag on this one, bro. For me, as I said, like it's shoot me down, don't get it, all those songs. I was like, man, phone home, Weezy, phone home, Weezy. Yeah, all of bro. For me, that was it was such a moment in my life, bro. So yeah, the Carter 3 for me. But I get it, like, everybody ain't rocking with it.
Shout out Larizi, shout out 504 Icy Girl, shout out Juvie, shout out Cash Money, shouts out to Master P, shouts out to UNO. You know what I'm saying? Whole campaign for sure. I love New Orleans. I love the 504. I love everything except for the football team. But yeah, man, get that out of here.
No, Carter 3 is a personal classic, but I know you're not really a Wayne fan like that. A big part of it though was the whole build up, like everything that went into it, just the wait in between 2 and 3, and just the mixtapes and all that. It was a special time. Even though I know you're not a fan.
Right.
Just is what it is, man.
No, I feel you.
Is Michael Jackson on this one too?
Yeah, he is on the remix of Girls.
Michael Jackson being on the Blueprint is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, they had 2 songs together. Matter of fact.
Dang. What was the song?
He did there's a remix of "You Rock My World" with Jay-Z on it.
How did I not know that?
It never got played on the radio, and I don't think it ever got officially released as like a single. But,
because I had that CD, the physical.
Yeah, it's not on a it's like something weird or something like the European version or something like that. It's like something like that, but yeah, no, it does exist.
I didn't realize that was Biggie on the first song until like I listened to the album maybe last year. I didn't know that was Biggie on the first song. Unbreakable.
On
Unbreakable on Invincible.
I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever listened to that album front to back.
You never listened to Invincible?
Probably not the full album. No, I've listened to like the classic Michael Jackson albums, but like
wow,
Invincible, I just know "You Rock My World" and Butterflies.
Wow. Well, I just remember because like it came out when we were old enough to, you know what I'm saying, be conscious. Like I remember getting it when it first came out, unwrapping it out the wrapper and putting it in the CD player in the car. Like I remember all of that.
Yeah, so that wasn't what my mom had in her collection.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I never listened to it either.
I didn't know this many people didn't listen to Invincible before.
No, I mean, it still was a big album at the time. Like I know, like there was the episode of TRL when he was like in Times Square around that time. Like I definitely know it was like a big deal when it came out, but that's 2001. You know what? Also, I think plays a part into it. Like you're technically like almost a year older than me, so like. Yeah.
My mom is I think my parents are a bit older than y'all parents too. Like a lot of the time where y'all be like, yeah, I got this CD, I got this. Like I wasn't allowed to listen to a lot of rap as a kid.
Oh, okay, yeah, my mom was in 2001. My mom would have been like 35, which is still relatively young. Like,
yeah,
we in our early. Well, I'm about to be 30, but we basically in our early 30s now. So.
Yeah, this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Him and Biggie did have a song together.
I don't want the sun to shine. I wanna make love. This is like an R&B album for real. Shout
Yeah,
out
they
to
do.
Michael Jackson.
Sit down and play the whole thing eventually.
Yeah, I'm about to go back and listen to it.
But yeah, Unbreakable has got Biggie on it. Like I said, I didn't even realize I was Biggie the whole time until I was like an adult and I listened to it again and I was like, is that Biggie? And like, you know, because as a kid, I guess you just don't point at that stuff. I'm like, oh, it's just a random black guy with a verse. Like how Stump has a random black person on it doing a rap verse. Like no one knows who that is. Just a random black person rapping on Kirk Franklin's song. And you just like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. But all right, fellas, is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, we gave the people a good 3 hours.
Yeah, we got to the 3 hour mark. All right, everybody. It's 1:16 as well, 1:16 a.m. So we lived up to the name as well. Let people know where they can find you on social media.
Find me at Twitter _ Jelani 2 underscores at the end. Yeah, man.
Man, you can find me on Instagram at RBMO ___. Find me on what is that called? TikTok at Rubber Band Mo, and find me on Big X at Mo Knows _
All right, fellas. Well, appreciate it. Another good episode and things of that sort as always, man. And we shall see everybody next week.
All right, man. Y'all boys be easy.
All right,
Salute.
Chicks on your APs, looking like weeds. Haven't seen